Hello, how are you? Hello, welcome. Hello. See if folks are dropping those Kims in chat. Chatting about eating food, which is very good, very important. Eat food, drink water, go to sleep. Those are my top 3 life hacks for being alive. Hello. How are you, everybody? Welcome. Simply some Kim Kitsuragi vibes. Yes, day 2. Yes, if you see a Kim, share a Kim. It's a pretty simple rule. See a Kim, share a Kim. I don't know how much clearer we can get. Drinking taro bubble tea. That's food. It's a kind of food. The little tapioca balls. That's a kind of food. We did survive the first day. Speaking of survival, it is 85 degrees here in South LA. Long Beach, city of Long Beach, LBC. That's 29 degrees Celsius. So I have it's too many degrees. So I have my little fan on over here. So if you're hearing like a little gentle mechanical whir, that's what that is. Narrowwind, thank you so much for subscribing. 4 months. We're glad to have you here live. I'm glad you're all here. It's so lovely. So let this serve as a reminder, not just Narrowwind subscription, but also please get your water. Mine has a little reminder on it that says drink 4 of these a day. Get your little water, maybe a little iced coffee, and just constantly be putting liquids in you. Yes, you do get to participate in democracy here live. We get to vote on dialogue options. We all get to meditate to make our skills better and worse. So welcome to today's Disco Elysium stream, Disco Elisa stream. So stoked to have you all here. We have reached the end of day 1, finally, and all it took was 4 real world streams. It sounds like somebody's doing gentle construction work outside, so if you hear a whirring, that's not my fan going berserk. That's somebody drilling something somewhere in my neighborhood. Yeah, so we're gonna play Disco Elysium today, and I would love to give you a recap on where we are so far at the end of day 1 with our patented, it's not ours, 6-sentence summary of Disco Elysium so far, which is basically this. We are a cop. We used to be a very good cop. Now we're a very sad communist cop trying to solve a murder, which happened in and amongst a labor strike / uprising / revolution in the city of Martinez, which exists on an island in and amongst a collection of small islands. Our partner in this murder investigation is one Lieutenant Kim Kitsuragi, the most patient man in the world. There's a body in a tree, and we're trying to get it down. In order to do so, we need to figure out who the body is or was, why it was put up in the tree in the first place, and what it's going to take to get it down. You might notice if you are on desktop and if you're on mobile, there's a way to navigate to it. You can check out my journal at any time to see what tasks I have done and what tasks I have yet to do. You can also check out our skills at any time to see kind of how we have spec'd out our character. We have reached the end of day 1, and as we begin today's episode, we are wandering in a dreamscape. Is it Kim Zero Cubes Kitsuragi? Yes, it's very important to acknowledge that Kim Kitsuragi has a cube score of 0 to 1, while Raphael, our detective, our Harry Dubois, aka Raphael Alphonse Cousteau, has a cube score of like 1 million, but not all of them are cubes. I think that's a really important part of Raphael's character. Oh, yes, and if you missed it last stream, oh, great question, Sark1. Sark1 says, what is a cube score, if you don't mind me asking? Your cube score is how many cubes you can imagine and picture in your head rotating at once. How many cubes can you imagine rotating? It's a chronically online phrase to sort of refer to somebody's like ability to imagine possibilities, I think is one way to talk about it. It came from a tweet. Let's see if I can't pull up that tweet. I'm just going to Google cube score tweet. Yeah. Here we go. I'll link it in chat. How many cubes can you spin in your mind at once? That's your cube score. I think my cube score is 9. 9 cubes is how many cubes I can imagine spinning at once. But I do think that Kim Kitsuragi can only picture the cubes that he has drawn in his little notebook. And that's why Kim's cube score is 0. Okay. Firm 0. You know, you got good company with Kim Kitsuragi. I feel like I cheat by imagining a patterned array of cubes. Is it a cheat or is that a life hack? I can picture the cubes, but I cannot rotate them. Yeah, that's the trick. That's why mine is 9. It's 3 rows of 3, but as soon as I try and like increase that, it does become difficult. But I do think if I imagine a kind of houndstooth design and then spin that in my brain, I can do that. But how many cubes is in that houndstooth? How many is in there? I don't know. And if I can't differentiate the number of cubes. Yeah, houndstooth is a kind of pattern that to me is like it's like if you took a checkerboard, but gave it pizzazz. So they kind of look like they are like diagonal cubes to me. Yeah, norepinephrine, you and Medium Dragon and Kim Kitsuragi all have 0 cube scores. I've Googled houndstooth pattern and I almost linked in chat the Google image search for houndstooth pattern, but I think all of you are smart enough to be able to do that yourself. Yeah, good company in the 0 cube score realm. Pizzazz chess. Yeah, exactly. That's what houndstooth is. Also, Tories. Okay. So let's go ahead and load our game. Now, when we played last time, we were introduced to one of the Union bosses, Everard, in a spectacular display. But one of the other things that was happening was that we were experiencing some saving errors. So I might do a lot of manual and quick saves while I stream today. And if that bothers you, well, I'm sorry. All right, so let's go ahead. We've reached the end of day 1, as I've said, and we are all curled up in our little Betty Bye, but we're experiencing a dream. So that's where we last left Raphael, and that's where we're going to be picking up now. This is important for me to remember that skill points can also buy thought cabinet slots. Ooh, it's dark. I might have to close my blinds because I want to be able to experience the moody dreamscape. Hold, please. Hello, welcome to my moody dreamscape. Oh, Copperpots, thank you so much for the reminder to talk to Lena, the woman in the wheelchair today. You're 100% right. Yeah. She seems great when I almost fell into her and killed her. Look how dark and moody I look now. This is just so I can appreciate the dreamscape. Okay. Continue. All right. So, I'm here in the dream, and my guess is that the lighting, especially of this dreamscape, is trying to encourage me to go and investigate the body with whom I'm sure I'm going to have a really depressing and insightful conversation, maybe? That's my guess. That's my gut instinct. The lighting is also trying to encourage me that way. And the music is just incredible. Oh. Yeah, who lit this game? Who is our lighting designer? Oh no! That's me! Uh-oh. Uh-oh. That's me. Yes, I should mention that if you're just joining us, this game does carry a number of content warnings. This is one of them. Okay. Well, it's time to speak to our dream self. Ah. Yes, and I should mention that, Hems and Haas, that's a great point. Maybe that's Harry and I've been reborn as Raphael. I don't have the narration on. I'm our narrator. So, and I think it's in instances like this that I'm a little glad that I don't have the narrator on, because I think this would be a truly upsetting experience. Bloated corpse of a drunk. Do you remember the scent of your childhood? I was born in a hospital where people usually go to die. You're not kidding anyone, Harry. You don't remember shit. Tell me. Do you remember your wife's hand on your face? You said, who? Do you remember the warmth of her thighs between her legs and in her mouth? I left. Oh no, funky baby. You stayed. It was the rest of it that left, while you just stood there, with one hand on the bottle and the other on your dick, watching it go. Tell me, where are your friends? Human beings have friends, Harry boy. Where the hell are yours? I can't get it all back. No, it's gone. 3 times gone, and never coming back. You failed. You failed me. You failed Elysium. What is Elysium? Everything. The pale, the isolas, on the surface, the automagnetosphere, burning furious truth, 8,000 years of written history. You really dropped the ball, Harry. 4.6 billion people, and you failed every single one of them. You really fucked up. I've talked to you before. No, Harry. You were just talking to yourself. That's all you ever do. Even in your dreams. And the act is wearing thin. The spots of the disco ball fade around you. And this is our ancient reptilian brain. You'll be back in those cold snakeskins in no time, sweating up the bed. Limbic system. Stinky boy. I can come back from this. You're not coming back from shit. Thrashing around in that high conductivity state of yours, bumping into things and acting like a clown. Who are you kidding? I'm trying to solve this case. Ancient reptilian brain. You're trying to what? I can't hear you. This is just a word dream now. Jumbled up garbage. The pictures are gone. The bed rises to meet you. A thin, sleep-like state. More glass than velvet. Grinding in your head. Limbic system. So something is wrong. Sleep shouldn't be this bad, this dry, this unnourishing. There's something wrong with your thoughts. Some kind of new type of hangover. God, there's another type? Oh yes, party boy. And it's worse than the one before. Just think of the shit you saw. Here it comes, too. So soon already. A silent alarm goes off in your head like clockwork. Barely let you sleep at all. Time to get those clothes on, Harry. Time to go to work in the shit factory. Oof. Our morale healed somehow. Golly. Limbic system is truly terrifying with the VO on. Yeah, I'm curious. If I weren't streaming, I would probably turn it on and off. Oh, I'm having a thought. Electrochemistry. Good going, buddy. Oh my god, what the hell was that? Oh, just a dream. You have ones like that all the time. You feel even worse this morning than you did last night. What the hell is going on with me? You mean, why are you so tired? Too tired and down to even think? It is worrying, isn't it? You can't be a detective like this. Detectives need to be able to think. Why is this happening? It's just that your heart has finally pumped all the speed out of your system, Buster. Time to get some more. Volition. Ugh, medium failure. You're too weak to say no now. Waking up is the worst part. Maybe somewhere down the line you could decline. Wait. What is speed? Speed is a potent central nervous system stimulant. It keeps you propped up all day yesterday despite your debilitating hangover. How else did you think you even got up from this floor? It's power, man. It's professionalism. It makes you feel like you're young again and ready to detect, ready to go to war against the world. No. I can take this. I'm not gonna go looking for speed. Are you sure? Ready to live as this pathetic shell of yourself for days? Basically a week? Let's be honest. 2 weeks. Maybe 3. You won't make it. Half the town will be dead by then. You will be fired. That's a lie. I can do this without the speed. Half the town won't be dead. Suit yourself, slow, sad shell man. See how you do without your spark. Hoo-wee! Yeah, I think I'm gonna run the sober cop run. I think that will be personally, I think a more interesting play. Okay, I'm gonna open up the curtains a little bit more just so you can see my smiling face. Hold, please. Hello. Yeah, the KB expression. That's my impression of the expression. Something I was thinking about the other day is how the expression is from Guillaume Le Millon, and the previous king was Guillaume Le Lion. And I wonder if that's a purposeful parallel. My guess is yes. Okay, so let's uh examine our room a little, I think. I'm pretty sure it's all going to be the same stuff as it was yesterday. Oh, this is currently locked. But if I put points into electrochemistry, I can try and stop the expression. And I can try to use the chain cutters to fix the faucet and stop the steam from fogging up the mirror. Is that something I've done before? Let's see. Whoops. Wrong. That I feel like would be an interesting way. I love that I slept holding my pry bar. The drunk drama cop is the slapstick run, good for a second play. Yeah, that seems... Okay. I might as well give it a shot. Am I wearing my interfacing gloves? God, I keep hitting escape trying to, like, back out of... Yeah, I am. Is there anything? Interfacing +1. And I don't think I have anything else that improves my interfacing. So I'll just give it a shot. What does it do if I use my chain cutters to fix the faucet? I failed at it, so. The chain cutters slip out of your hand as you attempt to twist the faucet into place. Well, you know one thing for sure. You've probably never been a plumber. Yeah. And then this is the door that is locked. That's the fan that almost killed me on the first day. The window stands broken in its frame. Cold wind blows in. Oh, if you fix the faucet, it gives a small bonus on the other mirror checks. Fun. That's cute. The morning light hurts your eyes. It's hazy, but you see the ocean and some war-torn buildings. Anything else? No. A trait that Jack has, my partner, is that they frequently re-interact with objects and characters in an attempt to, like, exhaust all of their barks and -4 centigrade. That's chilly. In an attempt to, like, see all the different things. And sometimes I'm like, I would like to move on and not speak to this shopkeeper 4 times. But other times you do get some very interesting stuff. Hey, how do I get up there? How do I get to the wharf? The wharf of the ruling, the roof of the whirling. How do I get to the wharf of the ruling? To wit, how indeed curious. Don't taunt me. Game player who played this game in, like, basically one sitting. So I think this is Kim's room. Oh, I was hoping I would knock on it, not try to open it. Okay. Sounds like a good side investigation. I can't tell if people are simply encouraging me because they... Oh! Oh, Kim wants to talk to me. The whirling looks different this morning. I only joke because it frustrated me for a while too. Yeah. Amen. I clicked on it. Where is Kim? There he is. Good morning, Kim. He gives you a quit nod. He gives you a quick nod. It's Kim. Karaoke. I hear you. And Lena's right there. It's almost like I've got my day set out for me. And today I've got to talk to Kuno. I've got to. It's a Kuno day. Kim Kitsuragi. Hello, Kim. And those new guys, the union guys. Sometimes we all have Kuno days. God, are you telling me? The world has too many Kunos, yeah. I think, did somebody say that Kuno has a negative cube score? Must it be a Kuno day? I'm so sorry.
Looks like we can get to work at once. The union mess have turned up. They look rowdy. We should talk to them.
He points to the mess hall doors. Why do we need to talk to them? What do you mean rowdy? Are these the men Garta told us about yesterday? Let's roll. Probably the first one. Kuno's cube scores in the hundreds, are you kidding? Kuno has so many cubes. Night City is made of thousands of cubes. Why do we need to talk to them?
Everything points to the dock workers' union. The belt used for hanging him, tracks in the mud, the circumstances in Martinez, my preliminary information. Which may, of course, all be wrong. But we still need to talk to them, and it won't be easy.
What do you mean rowdy?
I mean ungovernable. Martinez isn't exactly enthusiastic about the RCM being here. They prefer to be policed by the union. These men here, men who drink beer for breakfast.
Sick.
There's talk of an armed wing of the union called the Hardy Boys, who are responsible for state policing. I think it's them.
The Hardy Boys? I have a storied rivalry with the Hardy Boys. I hate the Hardy Boys so much. Ugh. Are these the men Garta told us about yesterday?
I completely forgot. Sorry, I had a rough night's sleep. It's them by the looks of it. Loud and nasty, just like the manager said.
The voices could be turned up a bit. Yeah, I'm happy to do it. It might be, is this? Hold on, I'm gonna do something horrible really quickly. Hold on. And then if I do this. Sorry. Hold please. And then I'm going to do it again. Yeah, okay. I know what happened. Jack and I have been recording a Nancy Drew LP. And one of the things that means is that when we adjust the audio output capture at any point, it does it globally for like, if for some reason I can't. Oh, Frank Scenario, thank you so much for subscribing. 12 months, that's 1 full year. Aw, that's nice. Thanks, bud. Yeah, we're working on a Nancy Drew, a bit by bit, piece by piece, which is what this. So because the Nancy Drew games were released in like 1999, the way to record them is that I have to have it like this because this is the resolution of a full screen Nancy Drew game from 1999 and where it sits on my monitor when it's being played. And it took a lot of troubleshooting to figure out that this is exactly where it sits. So I was checking from scene to scene to see if the audio output capture was global from scene to scene, and it is. I know, it's mega zoomed in. It's so funny. Yes, exactly. It's definitely reasonable, but it is very funny every time. Okay, but hopefully this should be a little louder from Kim and Company. I apologize for the quiet game. All right. So, Kim had a rough night's sleep, but he's gonna, I think, catch us up on his notes.
One loose thread less to worry about, and one big problem to replace it.
He crosses something out. Let me know if that was better. There are so many of them. Maybe we should call in reinforcements?
That would just escalate tensions. No captain would sign off on it. Solving one murder isn't worth a conflict between the RCM and the Debarders Union. In fact, even the death of 2 detectives might not warrant an all-out war. So let's keep a cool head, okay?
Let's roll.
One more thing before we do. We don't have to talk to them immediately. We can walk right past them, continue with our business.
He glances at the booth again. Logic. Easy success. But aren't you curious to know what they have to say about the murder?
They're in no hurry to leave. They think they own the place. Anyway, I leave that choice to you. Whatever you decide is fine by me.
Okay. So quite a number of ways to approach this. First, I'm going to talk to Lena, though. Have a lovely little chat with Lena. Lovely Lena.
Just a moment, officer. And there's no public phones nearby?
She turns back to the cafeteria manager.
The closest phone booth is down the coast. Sorry for the inconvenience, ma'am.
I know where there's a phone. In that Union lookout. He appears to be genuinely apologetic. Kim was up all night reading Bruno Latour. God, if only. Kim, what do you have to say? It's upstairs. Ah, beans.
It's fine, I understand. Thank you anyway. Now then.
She turns back to you with a weary smile. Good day, ma'am. Everything all right?
Please don't trouble yourself about me, sweetie. I was just hoping to make a call, but the Whirling's phone line isn't working.
I will fix it for you.
The Union office probably has a phone, but I can't really get there or to the phone booth down the coast. And Gary's phone is dead, too.
She sighs. Wait, what's wrong with the phone line?
The manager was vague about it.
She frowns. Interfacing. Easy success. Why would he be vague? This is something to look into later. Ask Garta, maybe.
Lieutenant Kitsuragi, may I ask what you needed to use the phone for, madame?
He shakes her hand brusquely.
To let the young woman who's house-sitting for us know that we may be delayed. Morel, my husband, and our friend Gary were supposed to get back by Monday night, but they're still missing, and I haven't heard from them.
Oh no, the cryptozoologist.
I was also hoping she'd heard from Morel.
She looks down.
Oh, forgive me for not introducing myself. My name is Lena. My husband and I are staying with our friend Gary just down the street, but I come here for tea when they're away.
Logic. Medium success. A little missing persons puzzle might be just the thing to take your mind off the hangover. Okay, I'll bite. Has your husband gone missing before?
That's just it. This isn't like him at all. He always plans his expeditions so carefully.
Oh, bye, Nurse Liv. Have a good time with the VODs. Shivers. Medium success. A cold breeze hisses through dense thickets of reeds. Something sweet in it. Somnolent. A damp chill goes down your spine. When you look around, you're still in the whirling in rags. But you have more important things to worry about. She glances out the window toward the bay. What is this expedition your husband was on?
Just some field work, sweetie. Morel is a highly trained scientist. He and his assistant Gary are studying an extremely rare species of insect. But they should have returned by now. They were just going down the coast across the water lock to set a few traps. He said they'd be back on Monday. What could be keeping them?
She sighs. Logic. Trivial success. The water lock. That was broken. Could this be it? Wait, who is this Gary person? Do you trust him?
Oh, sweetie, it's nothing like that.
She smiles.
Gary's as loyal as they come. I trust him with my husband's life any day.
They're chasing down an insect, a vital insect. The water lock to the other side of the coast is broken. They're probably just stuck over there.
Oh my. What happened to the water lock?
Probably just some technical problem. Well, we do know, isn't it, that, like, that giant billboard is in the...
Well, whatever the cause, I'm thankful. To both of you. You've spared me another sleepless night.
She turns to the lieutenant.
You're welcome, ma'am.
He's so nice.
I hate to ask, but if your investigation takes you to the other side of the coast, please do keep an eye out for my husband.
I will. Inland Empire. Medium success. This will surely lead to a cryptozoological mystery with that extremely rare insect. Conceptualization. Medium success. Yes! Some left field scientific research is exactly what you need right now. Funk up that vanilla murder investigation. Everybody wants to see the bug. It's a mystery what happened to the water lock and whose fault it was. Got it. Damn, everyone wants to see this bug.
And if you see him, let him know Lena is waiting for him here at the Whirling. He gets so tangled up in his work that he may not know the water lock's been repaired. And it's cold out there.
It is cold out there. -4 Celsius. If I see him, I'll let him know you're here. When or if I get there.
Oh, you're such a dear.
I try.
Thank you, sweetie.
So your husband is some kind of scientist?
Oh, yes. A zoologist. A cryptozoologist, to be more precise.
She says with a pinch of pride. What is cryptozoology?
It's a pseudoscience that attempts to legitimize research into mythological beasts and urban legends.
Kim, you could be nicer. Oh, I love that, Sir Dristan. It only just now occurs to me that leaning into the cryptozoology stuff really turns you and Kim into a sort of Mulder and Scully duo, and I love that. Jack says, I know you don't like to pursue all the conversation options. Oh, Jack! But as someone who likes messing with Kim, I gotta tell you that you should lean into this as hard as you can. Okay. Okay, I'll do it. Big thumbs up from Jack. The lieutenant sounds unimpressed. Rude.
That's one opinion, yes. And people are entitled to their opinions.
They sure are.
My apologies, ma'am. I did not mean to undermine your hobby.
Hobby. Kim.
It's not a hobby, dear. It's a subfield of zoology. One specializing in animal species that are so exceedingly rare that many assume them to be extinct or even fictitious. Searching for such species called cryptids is difficult and often thankless, and frankly, many scientists are too lazy to do it. Universities these days are rarely interested in supporting real research.
Mm-hmm. Kimology is right in the name. Encyclopedia. Medium success. The quality of research at Revacholian universities has been on the decline, but you doubt there was ever a time when cryptozoology was embraced by the academic elite. Tell me more about Morel. Looks, character, your relationship.
Oh dear, I'm not sure where to begin.
What does your husband look like?
Well, his expression is slightly grumpy, but his eyes are always bright and curious, like a small boy's. And his palms are quite coarse from all the field work, but he's quite gentle.
It's so cute. of logic, medium success. You can't go around Revachol feeling grown men's hands. If you want to find her husband, you'll need more concrete information. Let's try again. Why don't you try describing him as you would one of your cryptids?
Oh, well, he's a bit shorter than you, but with a larger frame, and he has longish white hair, usually a bit uncombed. You might say wild, even.
The lieutenant pulls out his notebook and begins jotting down the woman's description. Next to it is a bunch of squares.
One other thing, he'll likely have all kinds of field gear on him, even if he's not out in the reeds, just in case.
How long have you been married?
We'll be celebrating our 16th anniversary this autumn.
Aw.
Not the most numerically satisfying anniversary, but I like the less obvious milestones even more somehow.
Her smile is soft. I like 16. 16 is a great number. I like 16 because it's twice 8. And 8 is a fantastic number. And 8 is twice 4, which is a decent number, which is twice 2, which is a great number. 16, one of my favorite numbers. 16 and 32, big fan. Multiple of 8. When my OCD was very bad, 16 was my very important number. You know that VPN? Yeah. Yeah, power of 2. 64 is not great. That's so true. So true. So true. Not a big fan of 64. 16, yeah, perfect square of a perfect square. Perfect number. As a programmer, I am obligated to think powers of 2 are automatically cool. Yeah. Big agree. Big agree. 100%. 12 is your fave. 12 is a solid number. I think it's a really good number. But my heart, I left my heart with 16. I feel like a bit of a numbers weirdo because I feel like people tend to dislike prime numbers. Maybe it's just because I run with a bunch of nerds, but I feel like people I know really like prime numbers. They're constantly showing up on Only Connect. If you love prime numbers, you should watch Only Connect. It's a good place to be. Primes are good. 11 is a very good number. Yeah. Some of my friends think I'm weird for having aesthetic reactions to numbers. No, Frank Scenario, you're not weird at all. Numbers do have aesthetics. 8 has long been my favorite number. Yeah, 8, it's a great pick. Great pick. A thing that's very weird for me is that I'm like, 16 is the mature version of 8. I don't know why I think that. I don't know why I feel that way. But I'm like, yeah, 8 is good. But do you know what's even better? 16. Don't know why. Huge fan of 48 since I was a kid, but primes are always crunchy. Crunchy is a great word for it. I agree. I think prime numbers are very crunchy. I think I just like even numbers more than odd numbers. Yeah, they're just easier to work with since you can divide them perfectly in half. I agree. Except if it's a multiple of 5. That, oh my God. A multiple of 5? And 3 does have a very particular power as well. I love a 3. Love a 5. I like 7 because it feels like an outlier. And it again, as we were saying, feels very crunchy. And 9 has always felt very standoffish to me. I don't know why. But like 9 and 18 have always felt like, oh, like we're 9 and 18. Like, don't bother us. We're too cool for school. Why do I feel this way? Ugh. Yeah, we do have 5 fingers. That does help. It like multiples of 5 feel very comfy to me. 9 is a 3 that's put on airs. You're 100. Yes, exactly. Ugh. Adding in time, 2:30 is great. 2:30 is a very good time. 2:30 is a good time. Jack will always say that it's the perfect time to go to the dentist. 9 is an edgelord number. I feel that way. Hold on. I feel that way about 13 too. It's like 13 can either be like sick, fun, cool goth girlfriend or kind of edgelordy. Multiples of 3 feel good to me. Yeah, I love 27. 27 is my favorite multiple of 3. 9 is like a 10 wannabe. Yeah, this is a very important conversation that we're having. Yes, 9 is good, but only if you're imagining it as a 3x3, which is how I do my cube score. Yeah. Oh, mirrored numbers on alarm clocks. Yeah. So it's a crucial. I love a bit number. Yeah, I love a 3x3 grid. It's an important conversation. You know, keeping in mind the way that we think about numbers. Palindromes are good. Yeah. Palindromic numbers also good. Ooh, love to add a number to another and have the sum of its digits stay the same. You love 230 because it's 75 hours over 30 days? What? When I'm trying to fall asleep, I calculate fractions to decimals and different bases. Oh, that actually is a great idea. I love converting bases. It's one of my favorite, like, forms of math. Base 16 numbers are good, but only if you're a huge nerd. Yeah. I'm a power of 2 sleeper. We need to tell this to Raphael. If he's having trouble sleeping, he just needs to convert bases. Oh, I like 12 because it's 2 6s and 3 4s. I love thinking about 12 as 3 4s and 4 3s. Yeah. D4 is an all-timer. In hit novel Ender's Game, based on the movie Ender's Game starring Harrison Ford, Ender does powers of 2 to help him get to sleep, and I do that now too. Oh. I came to Ender's Game, I think after it. You know. And I was like, I'm gay, and I can't do this. 12 is also 1 too. That's true. That is also very important. When I was a kid and I would try and fall asleep, I would try and count to 1,000 as quickly as possible. And that was mine. Sometimes I still try and do that. Okay, very important conversation, everyone. Thank you so much for letting me know about all your favorite numbers and why. 1 + 2 + 3 + 4 = 10. Yeah, I love a factorial as well. There's something very, very satisfying about a factorial. Whoa. 75 hours over 31 days is 225. Over 32 days, it's 220. Nice even times. Whoa, weird. I'm honored to hold this space for talking about cool numbers. Yeah, I love an important piece of sci-fi that's been grandfathered in to your aesthetic preferences and approach to sci-fi. Like for me, definitely Princess Bride and Groundhog Day. I know that those are not like hard sci-fi, but I think of those as like very foundational, like fantastical forms of media that if I were to encounter for the first time today, I would be like, where are the women? Et cetera, et cetera. But now, but I'm still able to very much enjoy them. All right, I'm moving on. I'm gonna ask Lena. Please feel free to continue to discuss your favorite numbers and why. But I'm gonna continue to ask Lena about how she met her husband.
Via dating agency, I'm ashamed to say. I was looking to get back into the scene after recovering from my accident, and he'd just divorced. We hit it off, and, well, here we are.
She smiles wistfully. No shame, Lena. Lena swiped right. Hell yeah. Get it, Lena. Reaction speed. Easy success. She's skipping over some important parts. Perhaps you'll find out more later. I think I have all the information I need. Let's move on.
I hope I've been useful.
Mm-hmm. Tell me more about this rare insect your husband is looking for.
Oh, sweetie, it's fascinating. But I shouldn't bore you with entomological minutiae.
She catches herself. False. I would love to hear. The lieutenant gives you a sideways glance. No. I want to hear about the insect.
Well, it's a phasmid, technically, but...
What does that mean? She hesitates. Ah, yes. Phasmatodea. A diverse group of insects whose bodies resemble twigs, leaves, that sort of things. Ghost insects, colloquially. Ghost bugs? Oh yeah. Here comes the interesting. Harry may have been a detective, but Raphael, he is an entomologist. Oh, I'm so excited.
Where other phasmids imitate sticks or leaves, this one's a living reed. It disguises itself among the reeds here on the Insulindian coast.
Neat.
Hence its name, the Insulindian phasmid. Perhaps you'll end up co-discovering the phasmid with us, officers.
Cryptic Tinder matches you with ghost bugs? Hell yeah. Take me there. She looks you in the eye and nods thoughtfully.
I knew it. We're gonna be chasing made-up insects with cryptozoologists.
The lieutenant sighs.
It's not made up, officer. I can assure you. It's simply elusive, so much so that most establishment zoologists doubt it exists at all.
Ugh, I hate the establishment. Bring him down, Lena. Burn down the entomological establishment. I can't wait to get to this question. Okay. What makes you think the phasmid is around here?
Well, some teenagers making out in the reeds saw one. They didn't know what it was, of course, but there was a brief article in a local newspaper about their encounter with a ghost insect that looks like the reeds. Gary sent us the clipping.
So a newspaper clipping is all the evidence you have? Extremely Mulder coming into the office and throwing a folder onto Scully's desk going, "Have you ever heard about ghost bugs, Scully?"
Of course, most phasmid sightings turn out to be false alarms, but their description matched the Insulindian phasmid perfectly, and they didn't even know what they were looking at.
So is it dangerous?
Not at all. Why else would it hide itself so carefully?
She chuckles to herself. Is it valuable?
Oh, I doubt it. No one gets into cryptozoology for the money, sweetie.
I get it. Does it have cool powers?
Yes, it can blend in almost perfectly among the reeds.
That's cool.
It's how it stayed hidden all these years. Centuries, even.
Her face lights up at the thought of it. Okay, what's so special about this stick bug then?
Oh dear. I'm afraid I'm not explaining this very well. It is very special.
The woman's face flushes with embarrassment. Lena, no. Don't be embarrassed. Tell me.
Morel can explain it all much better. I wish you could hear him describe it. Then you'd understand, I'm sure.
You don't notice this about me, but actually, I have lost all memory of the world and myself, and I have no idea what I'm doing.
Surely things can't be that bad?
She frowns, looking you over. I feel like I can trust this woman. Inland Empire. Medium success. You sense that she won't judge you, no matter what you say. Exactly. I trust her. Things aren't bad. They're catastrophic. I hope you're right. I hope it's not too bad. Yeah, I'm blowing this whole thing out of proportion. Forget I said anything. It's going to be number 2. I hope you're right. I hope it's not too bad.
You know where we are, right?
We're in the Whirling and Rags cafeteria. We're in Revachol. On Insolent? I don't really know. Some seedy hotel? A war zone at the edge of the world. We're dead, haunting each other. We're ghosts. Well, number 1.
That's right. And where is the whirling itself located?
In Revachol?
Yes, indeed. We are in the fine city of Revachol.
All I know is that Revachol used to be really cool in the 30s.
The new disco dancing. It seems like a lifetime ago.
Her eyes are filled with light, reflected off those gilded years when the city seemed full of possibility.
Much has changed, but it is still the most beautiful city in the world. A rare jewel set in the sand between the pines. Everyone says so, even foreigners.
There's a pause as she studies your expression. You must look quite lost.
Speaking of history, you know what year it is, yes?
It's the spring of 51. All I know is we are approaching the end times. It's a bad year in my late 40s or 50s. I don't even know how old I am. I know that. It's spring of 51, I think.
That's right, dear. How splendid.
Yes!
Here, take this pen. Knowledge should always be rewarded.
Item gained. Kind green ape pen. Oh, Lena, thank you. Composure. Easy success. Her relief is palpable. She was getting pretty worried about you there, but now she relaxes her shoulders. Wow. It's nice that she's proud of me. This is the kind of person I want to be when I am Lena's age. I want to just give somebody a pen for seeming nice and smart. Shivers. Medium success. Outside, spring rain seeps into the cracks in the walls and the cobblestone streets and into grated storm drains, all the way down into the sewers. Above ground, the first maybells blossom.
I can tell that this is taxing for you, so I'll just ask one more question. What regime are we living under?
Okay.
What mode of government?
We have quite a number of options here. Let me go through them. Some kind of democracy, maybe? I'd like to think it's the dictatorship of the proletariat, but something tells me that it's not. Our leaders are fierce warriors who traverse the plains on steeds. We are governed by intelligent machines that perform calculations to determine the freest market. Everyone hustles and grinds like a badass visionary. Radios are being used to control people's minds and distort our perception of reality, concealing our true masters. Foreigners and women. Cop. We are living under the cop regime. I think it's number 2.
Oh, sweetie, it's really not. There used to be people who thought that way, other people who wanted those things, but they all went extinct.
She smiles, a sad smile.
Revachol is a zone of control led by an alliance of foreign powers called the Coalition. We have almost no government of our own, and certainly no dictatorship of the proletariat.
Rhetoric. Easy success. But they still have cops. There's no government. How come there are cops? Well, it's a civilian militia, right? The Revacholian civilian militia. I don't even know what to say. I'm so disappointed.
It is quite disappointing, yes. A lot of people would like some form of representation. There's talk, but for now, the RCM is all we've got.
If there's no government, how come there are cops?
Oh dear. And you were doing so well. There aren't really any cops in Revachol, not in the traditional sense. The status of law enforcement has been a complicated matter since the revolution.
She shakes her head, suddenly very worried. So from what I understand, Revachol used to be, and I think Martinaise was the capital of, a royalist regime. That is to say, a monarchy. That is a royalist regime. And then there was a communard uprising, which the royalists fought to defend the current king, whose name was like Finesse or Philesse or Filino. And then the communists ran Revachol for like 20 years, some period of time. I'm not sure. And then they dissolved Frissell. Thank you. Frissell the clown. And then they dissolved in favor of this zone of control coalition foreign democracy. The moralists, yes, the moral interns. The entire world under the moralists waged brutal war to crush communism. They got violently invaded by the coalition. So they did not just simply dissolve, they were crushed. And then the goddamn capitalist, moralist world powers swooped in to establish normalcy. I love the, motto of the moral intern government that's like, love, friendship, normality. That's not what it is, but that's how it feels to me. It's basically run by the UN. Yeah, that's the impression I get. It's a crushingly depressing and totally believable series of events. Yeah, 100%.
We should stop for today, sweetie. You look like you need a break. Besides, I'm not the best person to explain the big things to anyone.
No, Lena, you were doing great. Half-light. Easy success. She's scared now. She's realized you really are brain damaged. So, how did I do?
You were doing quite well up until the end there. It does look like you're having trouble remembering things. History and places. Remembering reality, in a word. It's very odd.
A sigh. The lieutenant buries his nose in his notebook.
But maybe a fresh set of eyes is what the world needs. And while I'm no doctor, such bouts of amnesia are often temporary, so I wouldn't worry too much.
Thanks, Lena. Volition. Easy success. She means this sincerely. Worrying won't do you any good. What is the revolution you mentioned?
A defeat, I'm afraid. The people of this archipelago tried to build something new. Something different. The rest of the world didn't like it, so they came and ended it. This was 42 years ago.
What does that have to do with there not being any cops?
It has something to do with everything. I really don't know how to explain it better.
Who could tell me more?
Someone more educated in sweeping matters. Maybe you should ask.
She turns to the lieutenant.
No, I'm not an encyclopedia. I won't be a guide either. I'm a police officer.
Kim.
Of course. Then, I don't know, someone rich maybe. Wealthy people are educated.
Oof.
But I don't know where you would find a wealthy person in Martinaise.
She turns to you.
But thank you, sweetie. You did make me forget about my worries for a while.
She smiles up at you, but concern is creeping back into her expression. Oh, I have the green ape pen. And in order to get a higher suggestion, I think I have a coat for that. I don't know if I'm wearing it or not. I might be. I can't go and look at it. Let me... Okay, first of all, green ape pen. Incredible. A pen with a green ape head on one end. The ape has closed its eyes. A kind expression adorning its face. It seems to be meditating. I will never sell this pen. Oh yeah, I can sell this check. Worthless in a pawn shop. Okay. My naval coat gives me high suggestion. Okay, because I want to hear about those cryptids, and that's very important. Oh, my shirt? Ah, yes. Well, she doesn't need to know that I'm not wearing a shirt. Because I'm wearing a big coat.
Oh, hello, dear. There you are again.
We have an 83% chance to hear about these cryptids. So I think it's pretty good. Yes. There's really no point in manipulating anyone. She'd be only too pleased to tell you about her work. Go on and ask. Hey, Lena, I'd like to hear about some of the cryptids you've studied. Could you just tell me about a couple of them?
Oh, I'd be delighted. Truth be told, I could really use the company too.
One cryptid, not a couple. One. This won't turn into some kind of cryptid extravaganza.
Extravaganza. Cryptid extravaganza? I like the sound of that.
And I don't. Just one.
Whew. Tough choice there. This. Kim, you're basically standing next to a cryptid. God. Yeah, we're gonna vote. We're gonna vote. It's absolutely a vote. Because I would love to know about the little ape on the pen. Although I'm sure it's probably just an ape. It's hard. You're gonna get about 20 seconds to vote, okay? So tell me about the cryptid you want to learn about. Yeah, I can come back without Kim for more cryptic facts. It's good to know. Oh, we want to know about the pen cryptid. The tiniest cryptid also would be good to know about. The invisible cryptids. Yeah, definitely. We'll come back and we'll learn more cryptid facts, I promise. But we'll start with our pen.
Yes. It's the kind green ape. Half war story, half undiscovered species in the genus Homo.
I'm a half undiscovered species in the genus Homo. War story?
Yes, it was reported by soldiers in South Safra during the war. The kind green ape would visit bunkers during the night, healing wounded soldiers with its saliva.
Wow. With its saliva?
Yes, it has amazing healing qualities. Some soldiers reported growing back limbs, regaining their sight.
And there was something about an undiscovered subspecies of man?
Indeed, there is. It's our closest relative among the cryptids. Same taxonomic family, different genus.
Genus. That's fine. Lena can say whatever she wants.
Which is to say, the kind green ape is a species with which we share a common ancestor, and that evolved parallel to our own. Just like your partners.
What? Oh, like they parallel ours. And Kim parallels me. Got it. I think that's what it means. I think Kim is a Homo sapien. Right? Yeah. I'm pretty sure Kim is the same species as us. To suggest otherwise is stupid. The lieutenant looks at you, pleasantly surprised.
Oh, no, I didn't mean to imply that Saelites are inferior to us in many ways. You are superior. For example, your earwax doesn't have a foul odor like ours does.
Have you ever been betrayed? Have you ever experienced heartbreak? Lena.
A tremendous evolutionary advantage, I'm sure. But perhaps we've had enough speculative biology for today?
Ouch. This has been educational. Sadly, we need to discuss something else.
Of course, dear.
Goodbye. Yeah, Nora's right. I do feel like the Majora's Mask moon. Woof. Okay. What's our most recent done task? We tracked down our gun. Oh, right. Everard has it. Sell the pen. God, I might. Ugh. Bummer. That's Disco Elysium, baby. Okay. Oh, yeah, the special borscht. I'll talk to the cook. The tomatoes are so thinly sliced, you can see through them. The man ponders his cooking utensils and gives you a little nod, acknowledging your presence. Leo said you're friends with Manana. Is that true? The mention of Manana gets his attention. He smiles and delivers a whole slew of unfamiliar words and lively gestures. Then he falls silent again. What is in that borscht you're making there? Point to the large pot. The man says a couple of sentences in that strange language of his, and then seems to wait for you to speak. Rhetoric. Medium success. I'm pretty sure he asked you a question. Sorry, I don't understand you. Just one word. Sounds quizzical. Then he awaits your answer with brow arched. You know, I'm a yes man. Raphael is a yes man.
Borscht need more vodka?
He looks at the soup, then at you. He picks up a bottle from the shelf.
Okay, so it's vodka that keeps the men happy and in good spirits. Clever move by the Union.
He nods. Electrochemistry. Trivial success. Of course. Vodka. Now that makes it a very, very special borscht indeed. Turn it up and then ask for some yourself. Logic. Trivial success. Turning it up seems like a dangerous idea, honestly. The place is a powder keg. I don't really have a... Electrochemistry is such a little bastard. I think it was my highest stat when I played. Whoa. Here you can get a bunch of Union dudes hammered. It's tough, right? I wish I had more insight on, like, what this would do. Like, do I want to get the Union folk inebriated so that they'll have looser lips? I'll leave the cooking to you. I have business, and maybe I'll be able to come back Is RAC the sort of cop who loves to cause trouble on purpose? I think Raphael is the sort of cop whose best intentions will cause trouble. I don't know. I'll leave it to you. And then I'll see if this will be informed by anything else. I don't know. The cook gives you a long, inspecting look, then shrugs, too, and seems to wait for you to speak. Do I want to ask him at the door again? Does he have anything else to say? No. Okay. Interesting. Let's investigate the door again today. I hear it's a late game situation. Oh yeah, I forgot if I tab and move my mouse, it scrolls. Touch the door today. Okay. Nothing new. Let's see. What else is there to investigate around here today? Because I am going to... Whoops. It's a bowl. There's spit in it, reeking of tobacco. I'll investigate, but I'm not going to talk to anybody. Photos of men in overalls, toting guns and Union placards. You see hawthorn bushes outside. Monica's titties are big. Got it. Okay. So let's see how many would I have? How many would I have? I'm thinking of upping my interfacing because I'm a little gremlin who loves to tinker. And the idea that I might encounter something that won't let me tinker with it, I would be bummed out about. And URAC or UKB? Great question. I think it's more me than RAC, but I want our zones to line up in some ways. My thought cabinet, I'm currently working on learning about Detective Cousteau in the hope that I can become Raphael. So it's currently giving me a -2 to conceptualization. But I think that, we need to have space to be an art cop. That's true. We could do that. But I think I want to interface. I don't think I read this the other day. Hold on. Let me read it. Actual art degree. This would line us up. Also, this would make us drift compatible. I am a little gremlin with an art degree. Actual art degree. Temporary research bonus. -1 to perception. Can't even look at this shit. Yeah, it's another capo type. The worst one. The most savage and brutal. The art cop. Nothing is good enough for him. Everything is shit. You have to employ an armada of adjectives to depict and demean the mediocrity of the works and visual institutions around you. Really flex that critical muscle until the vocabulary for punishing mediocrity becomes second nature. Here we go. I think I am going to go for interfacing because I don't want to add on too many things to my thought cabinet at once. But I will do my next level up into art cop or like thought cabinet to allow me to think about being an art cop. But for now, interfacing. Also, I want to impress Kim Kitsuragi by being a fellow torque dork. You know what I mean? You know when you want to impress Kim Kitsuragi? Okay. I don't think I have to hit accept changes in clothes because I have that. Okay. I still don't have a map, But I do have some more interfacing available to me, like at the knick-knack stand, apparently, the backyard wall, the cargo container door. Oh, my damaged ledger. Yeah, okay. I've got some more interfacing to try and open up the back. Oh, yeah, and the mirror. Okay, the mirror, the damaged ledger, and the knick-knack stand. This may surprise you to learn, but sometimes in this game your thoughts can betray you. What? No way. Yeah, communism gives you lots of XP. Yeah, I think, oh, whoops. Yeah, I've got communism equipped. So, as long as I choose my left-wing dialogue options, I get +4 XP. Okay. And as Kim Kitsuragi suggested, I will not be speaking with the union members. I'm going to walk right past them, but I am going to speak to this individual. It's all about money, you know. Well, there we go. Oh, fascist super cop is the worst because that's the one way to make Kim truly hate you. Oh. Woodfella, subscribe to tier 1. A brand new baby sub. Hello, welcome. Hello. We're glad to have you. We're glad to have you here. Hey, thanks. Hey, you're welcome. Little cherubs. Little cherubs. Why is it so dark this morning? Oh, it's time to speak to the mailbox. I had a thought that gave me 2 real for every past encyclopedia check. Yo! I just have to pat the mail delivery box. Kim looking at me like this. Goddamn idiot. Okay. So, I hate to say it, but we are going to have to speak to Kuno today. But first... Oh, wait. No, I have to wait until 9 a.m., I think, to call in to Alice at the station to ask about the boot. So maybe I'll go to the knick-knack stand and use my interfacing to learn more about some of these items. Oh, what's in here? Is it some trash I can use to get 10 cents? Hell yeah, it is. So what I'm going to do is I think kill time over here.
The shine on these sunglasses lasts a lifetime, officer. 100% guaranteed.
No, found sneakers on a pedestal of speakers. You see 2 lowly, defeated speakers. Thralls. Slaves, basically. Perched atop them like conquerors surveying the land. A pair of found double-wear sneakers. Ultra series. Oh, the knickknacks were in the pawn shop. Yes, you're 100% correct. Thank you, Messiah, for hire.
I can see you've a taste for luxury, officer. Can't keep your eyes off those sneakers?
Says the shopkeeper. Inspect the sneakers. A pair of Falun Ultras. The design is impossibly sleek and simple. A futuristic silhouette with a sleek monochrome colorway, a jet black upper, and a silver-lined midsole.
Those sneakers, mister. Those sneakers are the latest Falun sneakers. Super air, super fine, super cool. Only 50 real.
50 real? That's more than 2 nights at the hostel. Well, fine. I will go into the pawn shop. Nodding sagely, you can buy books at the bookstore. That's good to know. I love to read books at the bookstore. Okay, let's see if we can't see anything good. Okay. Let's dig up a truly cool figurine. 72% chance. I like those odds. Yes. Why? What's this? A headless man riding a horse? A headless man wearing futuristic tracksuit trousers that say Falun? What is this? Show it to the shopkeep.
Oh, that's the headless phone rider.
Oh, Bird's Nest Roy. Jack and I were trying to remember what this guy's name was. Who?
The headless phone rider. It's an urban legend about a man who rides the streets of Revachol sporting a fawn tracksuit. As you see, he's missing his head.
He points at the decapitated figurine.
50 cents. Bargain price. I'll throw in the tiny cap too. I think he's looking for it, or something. That part of the story has many interpretations.
50 cents? That's a steal. Logic. Medium success. He lost his cap when he lost his head. Perhaps he's looking for the head? Purchase the headless Faln Rider and his cap. Yes.
Did I mention that this figurine is supposed to be lucky? Always carry it with you.
He grins. I will always carry it with me. Thanks, Bird's Nest Roy. Suggestion. Medium success. That was a very smooth salesman's grin that almost comes off as earnest. You should learn from him.
Top of the morning to you. How may I be of service?
Early bird gets the worm, huh? Isn't being forced to get up for work at dawn a little inhumane? I'm so glad you're already awake. It's so lonely in this city at this hour.
Perhaps. I just like being awake for the transition between night and morning. Bearing witness to the first hints of light on the horizon.
I think I have some clothes that I would want to put on before I do that.
Sure. Let me have a look.
I'd like to sell my clothes.
Anything else you're thinking of selling?
So I'm gonna sell this postcard. No, I'm not gonna sell that picture. I'm gonna sell this postcard. I'm not gonna pawn the giant novelty check. There's a thought that will get you 1 XP for every orb you click on. Requires talking to Joyce to get that from where you are now, I believe. Interesting. Interesting. I'm pawning this pen for Kim. Fuck that pen. I don't have anything else to sell at the moment. Let's see. Oh. What am I being told about? Is it just some of these still? It was an NFT. Uh-oh. Yeah, I'm gonna go to Fritz. Cash my checks. But first I want to put on these pants, put on these gloves. Oh no. Put my shirt back on. Oh, I can buy a map at the bookstore. That would be great. That would be great. Okay.
Top of the morning to you. How may I be of service?
Wait, did that get worse? How did that get worse? I don't remember what it was. Oh, it got better. Okay. Well, I'll try. Nope. Still no clue. You obviously haven't been doing enough drugs lately. Fair enough. Okay. And then let's go to the bookstore. Yeah, I'm keeping in mind the speakers. Yeah, it was 42. bookstore than the free... Who's this? Oh, I had a working class woman. You see a sturdy woman humming to herself. She seems to be browsing books. A good one? Point at the book.
Yes? Hello?
She nods, her attention fully focused on reading. Oh no, well now I don't want to talk to her if she's fully focused on reading. Oh, Raphael. Who are you?
Me? No one. I'm just a working class woman.
She looks up briefly. Empathy. Easy success. She doesn't really want to be disturbed that much. If she's such a working class woman, why isn't she working? Fuck you, logic. Have a good day.
This was a tremendously useful interlude.
Fuck you, Kim. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, Kim. I didn't mean that. I just think that you didn't, we didn't need to be
Hello again, sir.
so readily callous, Kim. You see Annette sipping on her hot juice. She looks at you with shy amusement. Going back to our previous conversation, Annette, who are these famous people?
Oh, kings and queens and generals of old, or artists and writers, or musicians, those kinds of people. There's usually something extraordinary about them. I think that's why people read them, to find the secrets of their fame.
Logic. Easy success. Seems like most people who read those books fail to get more famous from reading them. Reading those doesn't make the readers more famous, does it?
But it does make the famous people more famous.
She smiles gleefully. Fame sounds delicious. Maybe someone will write a book about me one day. Fame is for vain people. I have better things to do. These famous people sound like a bunch of dorks. Annette's expression remains ever so helpful, but she doesn't say anything. Yeah, you heard me. Only losers waste their time with that garbage. No, never mind. I literally had nothing else to say.
Okay.
What is romance?
It's the type of book where there's a rich lady and she has to choose between the good man and the bad man.
So true. She smiles at the thought, perhaps imagining herself in that situation.
Or there could be a story about a poor lady getting a rich man. It's about man and lady business, sir.
What about a poor man getting a rich lady? What about when both of the men are bad? What about when everyone is poor? What about a book where the man and lady business doesn't work out at all? What about a poor man getting a rich lady?
It happens, but usually the guy gets rich in the process. Or should actually be rich himself, but has lost his family property unjustly, like during the revolution or something.
I see.
Those are unhappy books, for most of the pages. People sad about what they have lost, but then it all turns out just fine in the end.
What about when both of the men are bad?
These are not very common. You can't have a choice between bad and bad. Nobody wants to read a story like that.
Drilled tweet voice. What if it's written really well?
Well, maybe then it's fine. Maybe if the lady then decides not to pick either, because she doesn't need a bad man. Yes, that would be interesting.
What about when everyone is poor?
That's really not a proper romance story. That's more like everyday life.
Sometimes you have to write about real life things.
Not in romance books, sir. These are about nice and pretty people, and everyone is happy in the end.
What about a book where the man and lady business doesn't work out at all?
I haven't read many of those. Maybe you should ask Mum.
Yeah? You think she has one about an excruciatingly painful breakup?
I don't think it's a romance story if the main characters break up, though.
She pauses, trying to figure out the appropriate answer. No, think about it. One where they plunge into a torrid spiral of pain and recrimination. Only it's really long and drawn out. Scarred for life. Phantom limb.
No, I don't know.
She looks at you with puzzlement. Doesn't ring a bell? Okay, I'll ask your mom.
Yes, she knows books. Definitely.
She nods, relieved. Conceptualization. Medium success. What was that? An idea for an unfinished novel stuck somewhere in your forebrain? Electrochemistry. Medium success. Later, when you get the chance, you should address these issues by getting drunk. That'll show him. That's enough romance for me. I had other questions.
Maybe some about other books?
She rubs her chilled nose with her fist. What is this crime business?
Crime fiction is about murders or burglaries or things like that, and the work of a policeman or a private detective who's trying to solve a crime and catch the criminals.
Wait, not crime fiction. I need to know what crime is. She doesn't know what to say. It's that bad. Point to your head.
Crime is what we were solving before this conversation began.
Why would anyone want to read about crime?
It's exciting to people, I guess. They get to imagine dangerous things, and it's kind of like a puzzle, where you can guess who the criminal is, or how the good guys are going to catch him.
I'm a policeman myself, by the way.
You don't look much like a policeman.
She examines you, as if trying to find something policeman-like. Well, what does a cop look like then?
Didn't mean to offend, sir. Sorry, sir. It's just that you don't look like Dick Mullen.
She points to a book cover on which you see a strapping Vespertine officer. He stands grimly over the body of a dead woman. I used to be exactly like that Mullen guy. Then I decided to live a little. You know, nobody actually looks like the guy in the picture. That's just a stupid fantasy of a man. It's not your body that's important in police work. It's your... Point to your head. Wow, look at this guy. I'll never be as good as Mullen. No, I used to be exactly like that Mullen guy. Then I decided to live a little.
What's that mean?
You know, cut loose, raise hell, blow off steam.
And everything's better now, sir?
I don't know.
Why is that?
Look at me, a hideous beast, a failure of a cop, a disgrace. A man can never be truly happy with who he is. You'll understand when you're older. A man can never be truly happy with who he is.
Oh, okay. I shouldn't have said that thing about Dick Mullen.
She blinks at you, not knowing how to reply. And it's not your body that's important in police work. It's, your head.
Head? Yes.
Drama. Medium success. Not head, child. Heads. Flexibility. There are millions of different people out there, and you have to get into their heads. Sometimes, you gotta be the killer to catch the killer.
Isn't that very dangerous?
She examines the picture of Dick Mullen. Policemen live and breathe danger, little girl. Mullen obviously lacks the chameleonic skill.
Unlike you, sir. He's just a fictional character. He's no match for you.
She smiles mischievously.
Maybe you can show me some real police work, sir. Like in the books.
The cover image of Dick Mullen seems to stare at you with harsh disapproval. A challenging composure. I don't want to fail this in front of the little girl. Because when I failed a composure check spectacularly in the Whirling in Rags, it's a white check. I know. Here, let's meditate. Let's meditate and improve my yellow skill, which is motorics. Let's meditate. It'll be on the screen for like 10 seconds. And we'll increase motorics, and we'll decrease like intellect or something. Okay? It's going to be there for like 10 seconds. So you gotta be fast. It's the fastest meditation of your life. Off we go. Motorics up, intellect down, and vote. Oh yeah, we haven't gotten the body down. It's only day 2. You know? All right. is trolling me? I'm sad of it. Mean. See you around, Annette. I'm gonna investigate my clothes now. Kim cannot see me do this. What kind of outfit am I having today? The half-light gloves. No, I like my interfacing gloves, my big yellow interfacing gloves. And I like wearing... Yeah, I think my RCM patrol cloak is good. Is this cyberbullying? Yes, it is. Oh yeah, and I've got these the blue jeans that make me know more about electrochemistry. Oh yeah, we have to go to the Freet store. Ah, the Freet store. But let's go into the bookstore first. We haven't been in here yet. Old sports magazines, tucked away in a dark corner. Wow, lots of books I could interact with. Gift books and molten candy. Man from Hjelmdal series. The display rack is brimming with worn paperbacks featuring an extremely muscular, sword-wielding barbarian on the cover. Nearly all the titles contain the word Hjelmdal somewhere. Look through display of books. Rows and rows of Hjelmdalermen blur your vision. You make out some titles. Man from Hjelmdal and the Mammoth Riders. Man from Hjelmdal, Return to Hjelmdal. And the solipsistic Man from Hjelmdal and the Hjelmdal Man. Good God. How many are there? Maybe 100? Man from Hjelmdal and the Sages at the End of the World. Man from Hjelmdal and the False God. Man from Hjelmdal and the Scorched Earth. Man from Hjelmdal, the Hjelmdal cronies, colonies. Man from Hjelmdal and the Swamp Beast. Man from Hjelmdal and the Snow Crabs. Is that all? Not even close. Man from Hjelmdal in Hell. Man from Hjelmdal and the Forest of Slaves. Man from Hjelmdal Under the Lake. Man from Hjelmdal Burning. There's even the Trial of Death, a pasternal combat game book set in the world of Hjelmdalerman, and so much more. Do any of these books call out to me? Oh, a twinge at the back of your head makes you flinch. Your eye starts twitching. Ow. Ugh, what is it? Your hand reaches toward a book with a glossy cover art of the very muscular Man from Hjelmdal, in chains, kneeling in front of a staircase leading to a throne. A woman sits on the throne, leering at the man. Inland Empire, medium success. She's laughing at him, belittling him. Go on. Between the throne and the Hjelmdalerman lies a bonfire, casting shadows on the wall. The shadow of the woman's headdress looks like a pair of devil horns. The title reads, Man from Hjelmdal and the Devil Woman. Interesting. The display rack before you is burdened under piles of Man from Hjelmdal novels. I will buy The Man from Hjelmdal and the Devil Woman.
It is a bestseller for a reason.
That will be tonight's book before I go to bed. And now to talk to her.
Welcome to Crime, Romance, and Biographies of Famous People. My name is Plaisance.
The clerk extends a greeting. I know it was 9 whole real, but I have a giant novelty check for like 25 real, which is pretty good.
Be welcome, and please take responsibility for the energy you bring into this space.
Okay. Inland Empire, challenging success. A golden pendant hangs around the woman's neck, in the shape of what looks like a tiny fish head trapped in amber. Before we go on, you seem to be well off enough. Can you give me some money? I feel there won't be an opportune moment to ask later. A curious pendant you're wearing. Narrow your eyes mysteriously. So, are you the owner of this store? No thanks. What do we think? Do we ask for money? Or do we ask about her pendant? Or do we simply move on? I know, I feel like in the real world I would never ask a bookstore owner for money, but... Okay. Oh, 50-50. Let's see.
Sir, don't be ridiculous. I certainly will not give you money. I would be doing you a grave psychic disfavor.
Oh. She gives you a disapproving look.
One has to earn one's success, even if one is a police officer. Handouts are nothing but manipulation. All they do is make you dependent.
Poor Annette. Rhetoric, medium success. Certainly there are good things to be said about dependence. It would forge ties between us working people. Good practice for fighting our common enemy. You misunderstand me. I'm a powerful feudal lord. I demand tribute. This is about traditions. Damn, you're right. What kind of a business relationship would that kickstart? Excuse me, I don't even know why I said that. A lapse of professionalism that does not represent my values. I'm a communist cop.
Now, hey there. Sounds like someone isn't taking responsibility for the energy they bring into this space.
She raises her finger. This is a very good indictment of the, of hippy-dippy libertarians. You know? If you ask me, this lady is the curse.
Fighting enemy. My philosophy is everyone just getting along.
Exactly. That is hippy-dippy libertarianism at its core. Everyone should just be nice to each other. A curious pendant you're wearing. Narrow your eyes mysteriously.
Oh yes. Helps to have an anchor in these times.
She clutches the pendant and narrows her eyes as well. So, are you the owner of this store?
I am. The proudest owner of our little shop of culture.
Her voice is high-pitched, as if to give it more pretension. Your daughter is the one standing outside the store, right?
Annette, yes, my daughter. I hope she wasn't slacking off again with her nose in science fiction. Tell me, was she at her post doing her job like a proper girl?
Yes, of course.
Wonderful. Did you talk to her?
Yes.
Great. On a scale of 1 to 10, how compelled were you to buy books after talking with her?
I did buy a book, so 10. Or I'm not going to grade a human being, I don't do that. Listen. KB, my job is very often to literally grade people. But I'm going to give her a 10. 10 out of 10.
My precious, her dedication brings joy to my heart. If you have children, I hope they turn out as great as my Annette.
She's immensely satisfied with the answer. The way you're handling her strikes me as wrong. Annette is quite the trooper. She's a great value add. I'm here to dismantle the free market and abolish child labor.
You must be kidding. There's nothing like that happening.
She rolls her eyes. Depends. How much do you pay the kid?
Good sir. What does a young child do with money anyway? No, I save it for her, as a fund. She's securing her financial future out there.
Rhetoric. Medium success. Such criminal behavior would not happen in more developed countries. In some more developed countries, this sort of thing is 2 felonies. Child labor and slavery.
Those countries will realize they've raised a lazy and spoiled generation. Are we done with the jokes now?
Her tone is decisive, not at all angry at the insinuation.
Yes, we've had quite enough fun here. Right.
Okay, let's change the subject. The woman before you scans the store, her shoulders rigid and tense. Every now and then, she nudges her glasses. The girl outside mentioned that this place is cursed.
Cursed? Who said that? Annette? I will have a word with her. This place is not cursed. It has a robustly magnetic energy. Good for commercial activity. My business is thriving, sir.
Rhetoric. Medium success. What in God's name is she talking about? Yeah, I'll push her more.
How's my precious doing? She's a good girl.
The way you're handling her strikes me as wrong.
Mind your own business, sir. In our society, people don't get to tell each other how to raise their children. It's none of your or anyone's business.
I think we literally do. It's like enshrined in laws and stuff. Her posture becomes very rigid. Denial is the way that she copes with criticism. Okay. What if I want to buy a book?
Goodness, you were already doing good, browsing the shelves. Why'd you stop? Don't you feel compelled? Go, go. Get back there. The books await you.
She fiddles her pendant, then waves her bony fingers directly at you. So what type of books do you have?
Everything is on the shelves. Take a look yourself. The shelves compel you, don't they?
She nudges her glasses. All right, I'll take a look then. Conclude. Interesting. She smiles and nods, seemingly relieved. Farewell for now. Interesting. The book collects the national recipes of Arda. They are all about lake trout. Mountain of board games. A small mountain of colorful board game boxes. There are numerous types of games for all ages. A lot of shelf space seems to be taken up by We're All-related merchandise. Look through the pile. An endless variety of source books, lore books, and codices litter the table. The topmost book is titled Velkin Compendium, 2nd edition. Seems like a pile of books for nerds. There's also a large hardbound tome with intricate cover art, The Hunters of Kachuak, Boreal Creature Compendium, and a pick-your-path adventure game book titled Tales of Wirral, Cavern of Velkrag. Books in a board game section? Who wants to read books? Anything that really catches my eye? There's a box that says Wirral, 3rd edition, Mega Setting Supplements Module. The side panel notes, a fantastique adventure board game, new maps and miniatures. A sticker on it displays 25 real? That price is steep, but then it's a 3rd edition mega setting supplement, so it makes sense.
Wonderful board games, sir. The Viticulturist is a classic for sure, or perhaps you'd like Archipelagos of Insulinda, a very educational game for those interested in geography. Graubritter is a fun game of economic competition, but can get quite intense after a while. We have games for the whole family. You can play with your children.
Inland Empire, medium success. Who are you going to play board games with? Do you have friends or family? Do I have friends? Look at the lieutenant. Are you actually friends, or just colleagues thrown together by circumstance? I don't feel as if I have any kids.
Friends are technically like family.
She fiddles with her pendant, thinking.
For playing with friends, I'd recommend Suzerainty. It's a civilization building game where you build a civilization, then set off to brutally colonize and repress other civilizations. It'll cost 12 real.
So what about all these viral things?
Lousy auras there. No, role-playing games are popular among those types. You know, who are into those kind of things. Personally, I don't like it. Not at all.
She shudders.
I've heard they turn people into occult enthusiasts. That they have rituals where they try to summon entities. Highly immoral stuff. You can still buy them, though.
She looks at the table, crossing her arms. Everyone, I have great news. I have great news. Oh, Here it is.
Detective Cousteau. Monsieur Cousteau, the reward for coming up with your classy new name has arrived. What are the attributes Detective Cousteau should gain in? Obviously, savoir-faire and esprit de corps. You know exactly what they do and what those words mean. They're refined, like you. You have a ton of that fancy stuff. And if the world can't accept Raphael Ambrosius is your name, you will always be Detective Cousteau to yourself. R.A. Cousteau, sophisticated culture detective, specializes in ancient things and art.
Hell yes. +1 to savoir-faire. This one sounds fancy. Let's have this. And +1 to esprit de corps. Yep, fancy. Let's have this one too. Yes. Yes. I know things. And I have my interactable to read later. This Man from Hjelmdal book does not seem like it has a woman leering at a man. Okay. So I'll finish up in the bookstore and then I will go call Alice from Kim's car. Another boring book, just discarded here. Shelf of paranormal books. This bookstore is not strictly about crime, romance, and biographies of famous people. There's also a wide range of paranatural literature. Amidst the various books, you find one written by someone named Matthias W. Dundas. It's about wholeness, unity, balance, rhetoric, medium success. These three things are very important to the working class mind. The point of the book, and many others on this shelf, is to give people medicinal advice in situations where they don't have access to paid health services. How does that work? It serves platitudes while also telling everyone that traditional medicine, the kind people don't have access to and which costs more than this book, is garbage and would only give you cancer anyway without even curing your cold or anything. Wholeness, unity, balance, on the other hand, can basically take care of anything. Though it is important to note, when it's up to your mind to heal yourself, then it's because of your mind that you're ill in the first place. Does the book say anything else? The book features chapters on topics such as how to find magnesium. It even lists plants you can harvest magnesium from, how to continue drinking if you're an alcoholic who has destroyed his liver, and there's even a chapter on the ancient Cirrese tradition of using duck gallbladder (preservatives) to treat and prevent sexually transmitted disease. Pre- and post-factum apply. Nothing worth buying. Inland Empire. This is just mundane garbage. What's even paranatural about this? Hell yeah. Find something truly otherworldly. Oh, critical success! The throbbing in your head increases with every passing moment you gaze at this shelf. Suddenly, as if out of nowhere, a small green book becomes apparent. The title of it reads, Medicinal Purposes of the Pale. What's the pale? The book contains very little explanation on the matter. This knowledge seems to be taken for granted. What's this book about? The book contains descriptions of various pseudoscientific therapies, alternative medicines, and folk remedies involving the pale, also known as le territoire. For example, it recommends vigorously swatting one's naked body with a venik, or hand broom, made from, quote, the leafy twigs of a young birch tree from the near pale. Sounds invigorating. It is, and good for the circulation, too. What else? It also recommends consuming distilled spirits like vodka or whiskey that have been aged in the pail. Readers are instructed to cover these jars in a shallow hole just inside the pail and leave them there for 30 to 60 days, depending on the potency desired. And what does this pale-aged liquor do? Among other benefits, it is alleged to restore a damaged liver to perfect health. Logic, medium success. That seems improbable. I should probably get my hand on some of that. What else is there? For general health and well-being, readers are encouraged to take regular strolls through the pale, though a sidebar cautions to limit each stroll to less than an hour. These strolls promise to, quote, cleanse the mind of worries and the body of toxins, especially if the perambulator performs this ritual in the nude. Nudity figures prominently in a number of these prescriptions. Inland Empire. This is exactly what you need. Huh. Anything else of note? There's an entire section devoted to cures for men who are struggling to perform their marital obligations. Well, I certainly don't need that. You close the book and return it to its place on the shelf. All right, I want to buy medicinal purposes of the pail. I will do that.
Indeed. Something about that book does seem to have spoken to you.
She mumbles, staring at the book for a moment. Spending too much money in a bookstore is my God-given right.
Well, I hope it contains what you're looking for.
Map wall. Several maps... Oh, fuck, that's right. That's what I meant to come in here for in the first place. Several maps have been attached to a bulletin board hidden inside the alcove. They're held up by small pins. The board has come loose from one corner. The map looks old and faded. Your eye catches a map of Insulinde, a map of Revachol, and a map of Martinez. Storekeep, can I buy these
sorry,
maps?
Officer. The map of Martinez is the only one available. The other two are not for sale anymore. And besides, you could scarcely afford them.
Rude.
They're quite valuable, though they might not look it. The map of Martinez is 90 cents, though.
You seem to underestimate my resources, but sure, okay.
Yes, yes. Are you interested or not?
Listen. Listen. If there's a mischievous little gremlin in this chat, I'm gonna be so grumpy. Okay? Plus up Motorix. Okay? Minus intellect. Okay? We can do this. Ready? Go. You'll be good. %. We got this. Hell yeah. You peek at the storekeep, waiting for her to be distracted. When she's not looking, you deftly rip the map off the bulletin board and pocket it. I wonder what Kim's gonna say to me. You're now the proud owner of a map of Martinez, which, to be honest, did not even cost that much. It simply was the moral thing to do. Shelf of biographies. The plaque on the shelf reads, Biographies of Famous People. You see a large variety of names, none of which ring a bell. Browsing through all the books with all their names makes your head spin. None of these seem important or relevant. It's all just vapid egoism. Suddenly, a particularly odd title catches your eye. It reads, High Speed Love, The tragic, true love story of Jacob Ure, which I think is a Welsh name, and Alfie de la Traz, by one Cecilia Averbrook. What's it about? High Speed Love chronicles the romance between two of the finest tip-top tourney racers in history. One of them is the madcap driver, Jacob Ure. His blonde mane graces the cover. Next to the Ure's life story, you see a slim biography of an Occidental rock star called the Anti-Star. He's famous for shooting morphine into one of his eyeballs and cocaine into the other. Next to that, Revacholian radio personality Guillaume Bevy stands in front of a rundown drug den. He's a permanent fixture on Channel 8, reporting on real-life crime and ruining cops' days.
I really must insist you buy one of the books. Reading them is not for free. Do still browse, though, but not too long.
I've spent like 12, if not 13 real here. You're interrupted by the shopkeep. Yeah, I know.
I'm sorry, I did not mean to rush you. You are browsing. Go ahead. Take your time. Time is commerce.
It's a tome of fascist magic. Rather candid. A quaint picture book brochure. Very colorful. These shelves are overburdened with books from the same series. You see the name Dick Mullen over and over. Crime fiction is a disgrace. An asinine misrepresentation of the physical attributes and the arduous everyday work of actual police officers. These books greatly overstate the excitement of police work, glossing over how long it takes to actually follow up on leads and eliminate dead ends. What's more, they completely ignore the psychological hardships of, year after year, coming into contact with people during the worst days of their lives. Not a single mention of all the stress this work creates upon the officer's family. Detective fiction just doesn't tell the truth at all. Now, would you like a list of the books found on the shelf? You know I would. You see Dick Mullen on the Job. Get Me Mullen. The Stalwart Adventures of Richard P. Mullen. Dick Mullen and the Murder in the Orchard. The Sordid Affair of Dick Mullen. A Killing is Declared. Dick Mullen in the Murder House. The Final Case of Dick Mullen. An obvious lie. Dick Mullen in the Clock Tower. The Ordeals of Dick Mullen. Dauntless Dick. Dick Mullen's Funeral Pyre. The Murder of Dick Mullen. Dick Mullen dies? Oh no. Turns out he faked it to solve a case. Are there any more? Yes, there's also The Dame Who Did It, Farewell My Mullen. Faking death seems to be a common trope in the Mullen series. The Morbid Tales of Dick Mullen, A Dark Tide Turns. Tragedy Calls for Dick Mullen, another one with a fake death. And, of course, Dick Mullen, the Murderer. In order to catch a murderer, Dick Mullen must become the murderer. Inland Empire. Easy success. After all this, you still haven't found the answer to the one question that matters. Who is Dick Mullen? Who is Dick Mullen? Your attempt to grasp at the answer fails. It seems to be very close, pulsating, just out of reach.
Oh, crime, robberies, murders, even sexual crimes. We're fortunate to have Dick Mullen and his stories to sort all that out.
She lowers her voice.
You're a police officer, apparently. You should buy all of these. They really do teach a person how to be a proper detective.
And you see a set of tattered curtains blocking the way to another room. A strange cage-like trinket dangles from the curtains.
Excuse me, officer. The back room is strictly for employees only.
Plaisance calls out from the counter. Shopkeeper, what's behind the curtains?
Nothing. Now please go back to browsing the books. Don't you feel compelled to look at the books? The books are all you care about.
She fiddles with her pendant. Conceptualization. Medium success. She speaks almost as if she's trying to put a spell on you, urging you to buy more books. Oddly enough, the more she tries to draw you away from the curtains, the more alluring they become. Examine the strange, cage-like trinket. You see some kind of charm, an irregular polyhedron, assembled from bones, sticks, and straw. Inside, a disturbing fish head with empty eye sockets stares at you. Encyclopedia. Medium success. From the looks of it, this is a traditional Seminoese ward, meant to provide protection against ill luck, bad dreams, curses, and other supernatural scourges. And who are the Seminoese? Inhabitants of the Ile de Fantôme, the Seminine Islands down south. Aside from poking at it, suspiciously, there is nothing else to do with the fish head charm at this time. The curtains remain shut before you. Pull open the curtains. Just as you're about to pull apart the curtains, the petrified voice of the shop owner cries out once more.
Sir, don't touch that. I told you it's off limits for the customers.
Her hand has closed around her pendant, her fingers nervously playing with the talisman.
Parapsychologically speaking, we're done if you decide to open them. I won't be held responsible for the consequences. It's too dangerous.
Perception, hearing, easy success. She looks away, mumbling, "Why is everyone always messing with the curtains? Why can't they just buy books like normal people?" This is about the curse? That's why you're afraid? Ma'am, this is different. I'm a police officer. I need to get in there. But I sense this place calling for me. I must investigate beyond the threshold. I don't care. You can't stop me. I'll open them. All right, I'll think about it for a while. I don't care. You can't stop me. I'll open them.
No! Please just talk to me, officer. Come here and let's talk this through before you decide to do anything extreme.
She raises her hand to try and stop you. Rhetoric, medium success. Talking is always good. Go see what she has to say. Inland Empire. There is something mysterious behind the curtains. Be careful. The curtains, tattered with age and covered in dust, hang before you, as if taunting you. Rhetoric would say that. I agree. I think we should just rip them down. This time for real. You see a dimly lit room full of dusty furniture and trash. A doorway stands in the back, covered in dozens of scary little Seminoese wards, your shadow looming over it like an omen.
I warned you! You're unleashing forces beyond your understanding!
Sounds like a good time. Ghostly silhouettes of hairdryers. A vaguely androgynous portrait of a man. A heavy door with a missing handle stands before you, covered in dozens, if not hundreds, of Seminoese trinkets and charms. It appears to be locked. Only an echo. No one is there. I don't think I have anything to increase my pain threshold. Except for meditating. Let's do that. Yeah, let's meditate. Let's just see what we can do. So that's physique. So we'll bump up physique and minus intellect, and then click the vote button. It's going to happen fast. Off we go. Up physique, minus intellect, vote, and then I'll hydrate. Talking to her might help. Should we try and talk to her? Or should we just Yeah, if it fails, we'll talk. Oh. Oh, I did do it. You smash into the wood and see a small crack appear on the doorframe. It's going to take one more try to break through to the other side, but you've done it.
You're not thinking of trying again, are you?
Kim, the lieutenant stares at you as you stand there, silent and brooding. Smash into the door and shout, "Fuck, it hurts!" I think that's the one I'll say. Or should I say, "Fuck the system"? No, it's "fuck, it hurts." Oh, Kim.
What is this place?
The lieutenant stares at the dusty training equipment. It's an adventure. It's the netherworld, beyond the veil. Looks like a gym to me. No idea, Kim, but my head hurts. My head hurts bad.
We don't have to explore an abandoned gym, you know? Besides, no one's been here in ages. I doubt the electricity still works. Good thing we have a flashlight on us. Don't forget to take it out of your bag before we move on.
Thank you, Kim. Inland Empire. Easy success. An eerie feeling rises in your chest. What if there's a reason why no one's been here for ages? Let's just keep going. I'm sure it's just a regular abandoned house. Nothing mysterious here.
Yes, because it's closed.
Kim.
No need to look for supernatural explanations where a banal one will do. Now let's move on, shall we?
Oh, a quick clip. Let's see. Whoops.
I warned you. You're unleashing forces beyond your understanding.
Sounds like a good time. Hell yeah.
I warned.
Hell yeah. Sick. I got the key to the door by lying to Plaisance that you were a ghost hunter. That's very funny. That would have been pretty good, but I think Kim would have been bummed as hell. Detective, we are not a ghost hunter. Okay, let me grab my flashy light. Oh. 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 Whoops. No, Kim. No. Kim? Okay. There we go. I was supposed to. Oh! 13 Real. Hell yeah. Oh, it's a bull. I guess I could take that to... There's definitely a lot to explore here. Should I call the station first? I can call them at any point. A barbell lies on the floor. The color has worn off its weight plates. It's 60 kilograms. Your triceps hum at the sight of these weights. Show the world what kind of beast it's dealing with. Lift them. I think this is gonna hurt me. Visual calculus. There are no collars on the barbell. This is a safety hazard. Inland Empire. Why does it feel so familiar? Look, Kim, it's a trap. There are no collars on the barbell.
You're right. The weight may fall off. Better not touch it then.
What kind of bastard would just remove the collars? It should be a felony.
It would be a violation of EPIS safety regulations if the gym was still operating, but it isn't. No one's supposed to come here anymore.
Is this familiar because I'm a weightlifter? No, it's not that. It's the stale smell of rubber, the squeaky sound of sneakers, your bruised knee against the mat, and a whistle. Then the feeling is gone. It's just a memory. A memory from another life, when you were young and fit. Worn out wall bars. They look unsafe. The poster says, Citius Fortis. The rest is worn off. Oh. The hallway is blocked by old window panes and debris. A large demijohn full of strange liquid. Wild animals stare at you in the dark, stuffed and mounted. Oh. Airship rotors covered in spider webs. They remind you of blades. The mannequins, very spooky. A naked mannequin torso. Strange yellow color. Oh. Blue velvet, soft to the touch. Moth bitten. I'm making back that book money. Yeah, the music is incredible. This appears to be some kind of machine with a cube-shaped heart and a wired framework. The keyboard has a rectangular on-off button. A piece of paper still hangs from the printer.
A radio computer. Just sitting here without anyone inside.
Says the lieutenant, watching you circle around the machine. He sounds surprised and a bit cautious. Interfacing. Medium success. This is the REM Civic radio computer. Model RCS 120, equipped with a Feld mainframe and a REM-compatible printer. Do you think I should turn it on?
We have one of these down at the station, but I never really learned how to use it.
Oh, but Kim loves little machines. The machine lights up like some prehistoric animal stirring from its slumber, revealing fluorescent play and print keys on the keyboard. The hatch at the machine's central compartment is wide open. Look inside the compartment. It's empty, like a beehive without its brood. Some cables have been left dangling, disconnected.
This is where the memory should go.
The lieutenant notes, observing the machine. Press play. Nothing happens. Interfacing. Medium success. Something's missing. There's no tape in the player. Press play again. Nothing happens. Press print. Nothing happens. Interesting. Interesting. Project Dreadboard. Your flashlight slides over an old green chalkboard covered in scribbles, sketches, and some schemes, like some ancient cave mural. Yeah, that's Solus. That's Solus Dragon Age there in the middle. Some of the writing has faded with age, but you can still make out sections here and there. Photos and drawings have been pinned to the board. Inspect the drawings. These lithe, pointy-eared creatures appear to be different kinds of welkins. You can make out autumnal candle welkins casting wax-based magic. Translucent welkins with organs shining under their skin, and even ether welkins hailing from the vast emptiness of sidereal space. Or sidereal. I like sidereal. Inland Empire. Medium success. Who are all these creatures? Fantasies of a tortured, feverish mind? Drama. You should adopt one of these welkins as your persona. No longer a mere man, but a welkin. One of the welkins, towering among the rest, appears to be different, however. Examine the welkin. This is important. It's Varahamira, a high welkin, his face white and scarred like cracked marble. This is clearly a welkin supremacist. The note says, all non-Welkin races will be purged. RAC should get into LARPing. The Holder, the Dweorg, the humans, and even headless men, all of them, purged. Imagine a world filled only with Welkin. Green Welkin, Dread Welkin, and the High Welkin to rule them all.
An inordinate amount of time has gone into drawing these little Welkin creatures.
Why would anyone spend so much time on this? Who are these creatures? Who drew them? Are they real? I have so many questions. One of them is a Welkin supremacist. Well, this has been educational. Let's move on from the Welkins. It's gotta be the Welkin supremacist.
Political commentary. That one has a great beard, too.
The lieutenant nods at the Welkin's facial hair. Who are these creatures? Who drew them? Are they real? I have so many questions.
This looks like concept art for a project. It's not really real.
Why would anyone spend so much time on this?
Some people really like building a world, I think, even if it's just for a game.
Well, this has been educational. Let's move on from the Welkins.
Just look at those details. So much effort.
Oh, Kim appreciates it. Even though it's highly imaginative, I think he likes it. The photo collage depicts barren, icy landscapes wrapped in perpetual night. You see permafrost and glacial landforms, dead trees groaning under the snow. Entire oceans have been frozen from shore to shore. There are pictures of settlements on dried-up riverbeds, abandoned in a storm. Animal corpses in the dark, carcasses and bones. Encyclopedia, easy success. You see primitive oil rigs built into glaciers by boreal Dweorg, yurts under the snow, great mammoth-like beasts of burden. Electrochemistry, easy success. Albeit dark and cold, this vision also feels cozy in its own way. Like eggnog or morphine, a much-needed respite from our own world. Making games is so hard. A pinned postcard reads, "The heat death scenario. A desperate fight for geothermal energy engulfs the world as we are all become untethered from its sun, drifting through the universe. Inspect the schedule." This is a monthly calendar from the year 50. Oh, last year. Cryptic words like sprint, daily mini-me, and GPI span the marker-drawn grid, the grand scheme of production and money. Mini-me stands for a mini-meeting. It's part of a bigger framework for managing work called RUN. Station 41 tried to implement it a few years ago, but failed. Keep reading. What happened? As time goes on, the numbers in the box grow rarer and rarer. The board becomes an empty snowfield in the final days. Only failure and regret dwell in this region.
Looks like they didn't make it.
The lieutenant looks at the frigid ice field of nothingness. A note in the bottom left corner of the chalkboard says, "See the production schedule filament for details." Inspect the notes. The handwriting is only partly legible, but you can still make out 3 slogans. Call in, tune out. We are all untethered. And heat death of the universe. Shivers, medium success. Outside, a cold wind wraps the building in its bosom. Snowflakes in the wind. An old woman passes what the locals call the doomed commercial area. She tries hard not to look at the bookstore windows. It's unwise. I think someone tried to make a video game here. Frequency fireplace. This old fireplace is covered in lines drawn in blue and red marker, the mesh spreading over the stone like blood vessels on alabaster skin. It looks ghostly and strangely ancient. Inland Empire. Challenging success. A diagram for summoning some time-forgotten being? The symbols seem very esoteric. Conceptualization. Medium success. The whole thing resembles Kedron mosaic tiles. Very pesantic. Hold on. How do I know what Kedron mosaic tiles are supposed to look like? Conceptualization. History classes. Students with their textbooks open, studying the roots of our civilization. Those aquarelle blue tiles looked beautiful in the sun. I hope it's from being art cop. I love to be art cop. What am I looking at? Radio frequencies, it seems. UKV 123.6, UKV 123.7, UKV 123.9. Some written notes, too. Sparse and cryptic. Radio frequencies for what? Unclear. It looks like a cardiovascular system, split into veins and capillaries. Very advanced. So we're dealing with something medical here. This must be an elaborate piece of art. You think so? I just unlocked an achievement, Il Capo dell'Arte, which is very funny, so it must be from Art Cop. You think so? The web is comprised of radio stations. All lead back to one red heart, titled the Game Master Frequency. A note says, "This one can listen in on any station it wants?" Interfacing. Medium success. They must have had massive air width. These things don't come cheap. Is this an actual play podcast? Are we in the heart of an actual play podcast? If it's a game, then who's playing? Whoever decides to call into a call-in station, it looks like. There's no way a little basement studio working here could pull anything like this off. It's an MMO.
My God. It's as if the less money they had, the more ambitious their project became.
The lieutenant leans closer, his fingers tracking the maddening rhizome. The cost of air width alone must have been huge. Why do you say that?
The schedule. I know doom when I see it. The company was running out of funding.
He nods at the calendar on the chalkboard, wiping his marker-stained fingers clean. What else? Squint at the lines. Nothing. It's just lines on marble, an echo from times long gone. No one has used the fireplace in ages. A radio MMO. Kim, what do you think?
Okay. What do you think is going on with that computer, chalkboard, and fireplace?
Looks like an undercover counterintelligence program. It's just a failed business. The only question is, what the hell were they making?
Yes, that is the question.
The lieutenant takes a step back, steepling his hands. Interfacing. Medium success. Like he's ready to lay out a fine theory, crafted together like a puzzle box. The only cube Kim knows.
It looks like one of those popular pen and paper role-playing games, only these people were trying to automate it, make it work on radio computers.
Esprit de corps. Medium success. Utter madness, he thinks, as a compliment. How are they planning to do that?
Through call-in stations. None of the players have to be physically present. Anyone in the world can participate in the game, as long as they have a two-way radio.
He nods at the fireplace.
Then there's the Game Master frequency that listens in on the smaller call-in stations. I think that was supposed to coordinate the stories, functioning as a master of ceremonies of sorts.
Interfacing. Medium success. Coordinating so many games would take a whole switchboard of people, possibly divided into sub-frequencies. Has anyone ever done this before?
Not to my knowledge. They make automated games in Graz, Messina, Königstein. You know, places with industry.
Not in Revachol West, among the ruins.
But I don't think anyone has attempted to create an interisolary game before. We just don't have the technology.
And if this was a role-playing game?
Indeed. Those Welkins are a dead giveaway. Role-playing people love that stuff. The world looks like a modified version of the WeWorld board game, with hit death thrown in.
He points to the chalkboard. Super cool. Someone should give them millions of real immediately. This game is too good to be left unfinished. What do you think happened to the company?
No idea. They stopped filling out the schedule on the chalkboard.
Wow.
Indeed, It's ambitious and untethered from reality, but
The lieutenant tilts his head, thinking. They were insane if they thought they could do this. It was just a play to cheat money out of their investors' pockets. The world is cold and lonely. This would keep it company. Let's finish it. Do we have any money? Let's give them more money so they can finish it and make it even bigger. It's gotta be this one. Hey, Lieutenant Kitsuragi, do you want to make a radio video game?
it's too late for that, I'm afraid.
A half smile breaks out on his face. He looks around the derelict room. The pipes howl, and a rat crosses the floor. Kim owns and has read all the D&D books but hasn't played. Ugh, it's like me in middle school.
Okay, let's keep moving.
Oh, Kim. Scribbled across a notebook. Developers of the most advanced RPG in the universe. So I really want to get to... Not here. But here... It's like, how do I get there? Does Raphael know? How do we get around? There we go. Skis with Slipstream printed on the laminated top layer. Steel rotor blades bearing a Slipstream logo. Oh, a cube! Production schedule filament memory. Okay, well this seems like something that I should put into the computer. Insert the production schedule. Like a smooth drawer, the filament slides into place. On the keyboard, the play key starts blinking. Press play again. Mainframe. A bar of fabric right above the keyboard starts producing a soft hum. The sound of static seeps through the machine's planar magnetic driver. The static gets louder, slowly filling up the abandoned hall, until a voice speaks out, crackling and old, cutting into the air.
Good morning. Fortress accident en rue de Saint-Ghislaine. This is East Insulindian Repeater Station 1. Please repeat. Is this the production schedule?
What's the production schedule?
The filament you have inserted into the reader.
Right. Thanks for the explanation.
That was a question. Have you inserted it into the core?
Yes.
Good. Please repeat the password.
Logic, medium success. Password. Of course it would have a password. That's why there's a human administrator involved. A password? I'm really bad at passwords. Can you give me a hint? Is it my birthday? This is the police. Please open this thing. I don't know the password. But can you give me a hint?
No.
Oh. A hint system is not part of the protocol for repeater stations. This is the police? Please open this thing?
I am contractually obliged to protect the privacy of the filament holder Fortress accident. Without filing a warrant with Lintel, I cannot give you access to this filament.
The voice recites.
I'm afraid we are not doing that, unless we want to wait for a month.
Now, can you please repeat the password?
The voice in the machine asks again. She sounds cold in the damp air.
Still no.
I don't know the password.
Received. I will register this login attempt.
Don't worry. Passwords have a way of turning up, sooner or later.
Fortress accident. Is there anything else I can do for you today?
Why did you call me Fortress Accident?
Fortress Accident is the company on whose name the terminal you are currently using has been registered to.
Do you have any other information about this company?
One moment.
You hear her flip through a catalog before she reads out with studious care.
Fortress Accident SCA produces revolutionary interactive call-in radio games. That's what the catalog says.
That's not bad. Wow, so conceptual.
Any other questions?
The static drowns her response. You can hear her ask when the connection finally improves. That's all for now.
Thank you, and goodbye.
The old lady's voice disappears along with the static. I'll keep it with me. And then, I think... Have I been this way? Is this where I came from? Okay, well that goes upstairs, so I'm gonna check out this door first. This has nothing to do with the case at large. I think the only thing I want to be sure I do today is get to the smoking man. The cigarette smoking man. Oh, what? Where am I? But that's at 9 p.m., so I've got all day. This is huge! What is this? Oh my god. Oh, 2 real. Some magnesium. It's a big bear. Something is defrosted and unplugged. An ice cream maker. What? What's this? Why is it yellow? The flashlight casts a strange shadow. There is a hidden doorway here. Okay, well, let me see the bear first. Ice bear fridge. You see a terrifying ice bear with a strange compartment in its belly. The door is covered in frost and the bear's eyes are glowing red. Visual calculus, medium success. The bear looks oddly realistic. Is it taxidermy? What is this thing? It looks like a giant ice bear. The lieutenant doesn't answer. His eyes are glued to the animal. A sharp slice of light shines out from its mysterious belly door. Well, I gotta crack open this door. A gust of freezing cold air rushes to greet you. You hear a low grumble as the bear regulates itself. This is the inside of a refrigerator. The lieutenant takes a peek inside. His hand has found the holster of his gun. Relax, Kim. It's a fridge.
Of course, just a giant ice bear-shaped fridge.
He relaxes his hand, his face bathed in the harsh light of the open fridge door.
Let's take a look inside.
Oh, yeah. Cracking open a cold one, brackets, the ice bear refrigerator, with the boy, Kim. The shelves are empty. All you see are crumpled ice cream wrappers with the brand name Revachol Ice City. A handwritten note has been attached to the door. The fridge is huge. What is a giant bear-shaped fridge doing in an abandoned cellar in the first place?
Good question. It looks like an ice cream fridge.
The lieutenant reaches for one of the wrappers. He studies it in the light. So they tried to sell ice cream from this hyper-carnivore?
I know. What an unfortunate marketing choice,
says the lieutenant.
What is even worse, the bear is still costing them money to this day.
The lieutenant points at the red snaky cable running from the fridge. The fridge buzzes with energy. The electricity bill on this thing must be catastrophic. Take the note from the door. You pocket the note and the little fridge magnets keeping it on the door. Examine one of the ice cream wrappers in there. A friendly cartoon bear smiles back at you from a glossy cellophane wrapper. It looks nothing like the fridge. Close the door. Well, we gotta see what we picked up. So this is our cube. The cube-like crisscross of filaments feels oddly fragile in your hand, its intricate structure covered in dust. Silver tape on the side reads, Production schedule. Note, this filament contains information that can be read using a radio computer. Shot put ball. A ball used for playing shot put, a favorite pastime of elderly gentlemen. You feel like you should hold on to this and make good use of it. To sell such a beautiful old sports equipment would be a sin. The plastic headless Falun rider sits atop his equally plastic bull, his posture indicating either desperation or pride. Comes as a set with the infamous Falun cap for which he lost his head. The head is not included. Okay, so we've got our 2 books, our map of Martinez, and the handwritten note from the fridge. A handwritten note you found from the giant ice bear fridge. It still bears some marks from the fruit-shaped kitchen magnets that were used to secure it to the refrigerator door. A note from the fridge. The note is written with a blue pencil on a piece of lined office paper. The kitchen magnets have left spots on its surface.
Does it say anything interesting?
The lieutenant leans closer to read the crumpled note over your shoulder. We're investigating together. We're investigators. Esprit de corps. Easy success. This is tangential at best, but the lieutenant's detective instinct is still active. Someone has scribbled, S. I can't believe the off-site copy is still here. The illiterate ginger kid keeps stealing stuff from the studio, so I had to hide it somewhere safe. You'll find the filament memory with the off-site copy in the frozen ice cream maker. Please, take it home ASAP. It's important. I'd do it myself if I lived in a civilized place with a freezer. Take care. Suisla. I wonder who wrote that note. Remind me again. What's a filament memory? Who is the illiterate ginger kid? Do you have any idea where the frozen ice cream maker could be?
Looks like someone from that radio game company upstairs. I'm a little surprised they just left their property lying here.
Maybe they had to leave in a hurry.
That's a plausible hypothesis.
Remind me again, what's a filament memory?
It belongs inside a radio computer, storing its memory. It's like a tape. You listen to disco tapes, right? It's like one of your disco tapes, only for a computer.
Oh, Kim. Interfacing. Easy success. It's like the production schedule you found, only this one's an off-site copy. Who's the illiterate ginger kid?
Really? You don't have a single guess?
The lieutenant looks at you, the corner of his mouth curved into a smug grin. You mean Kuno.
Oh, I'm sure that child would love to get his hands on a filament memory. Even if he doesn't know what to do with it, he'd probably try to pawn it for speed, based on our encounter.
Do you have any idea where the frozen ice cream machine would be?
I don't know. I assume it's somewhere close to the ice bear fridge.
Puts the note away. What if we kissed in front of the old ice bear fridge? Haha. JK. Unless. Okay. So there's that hidden door over there, but let's see what this stuff is. The wall collapsed. It's inaccessible now. Central furnace. A thick layer of coal dust covers the furnace, coloring it pitch black. Every time Kim smiles, it lights a fire in my chest. Amen. No cubes, but Kim is rotating one giant Kuno. Inland Empire. Medium success. Looks like this furnace has a face. And it's a face of agony. Kim, what is this thing? Is it a furnace? Look inside the furnace. Smear your hands with coal. Kick it with your foot. Number 1.
Looks like it. Looks like an old central furnace used to heat the building. It's connected to the chimney.
He opens the door and gingerly peeks inside.
No one has used it in ages. No signs of any recent fire. Only dead rats.
Look inside the furnace. It's dark and grimy here. In the darkness, you can hear chatter. It's coming from above. A voice, or several voices, talking to each other, near the smoke chamber upstairs.
What are you doing?
The lieutenant asks when he sees you climb halfway inside the furnace. I'm hallucinating. I hear the murderer of the hanged man talking. I'm not sure, Kim. But I think I can hear someone talking upstairs.
Wait, really? We should investigate, see if someone's upstairs.
He looks up at the ceiling. Oh. A hollow rings through the furnace. Your toe hurts. I don't know what I thought would happen. It was an ouchie. Ouchie, wow. Okay. Secret door. Secret door. 2 rusty rifles are hidden above the piping. They look inoperable. Someone has stuck some busted guns beneath the ceiling. A hole in the wall. I died kicking that furnace once. Oh no. A few bricks have fallen off, revealing a compartment behind the wall. It's too dark to see in. Where are we? Look around the secret room. Look, there's a hole in the wall. Shine light on the hidden compartment.
There is, yes. And there also appears to be something inside the hole. Interesting. Do you want to take a look?
No, you do the honors.
Sure. Okay, here's some more rifles. None of these seem to be working. No!
He nods and steps closer. His hand reaches in, rummaging in the dark.
An old Belmagrave rifle. That's rare to find in such good order. Seems to no longer be functional, but still rare. Here.
Esprit de corps. This should cheer you up.
It's yours, officer. You found this place.
He hands you the gun. What does this mean? A rifle here?
It means there are firearms, albeit inoperable, still lying around in Martinez. It's an interesting coincidence, I would say. Might come in useful in the future.
Esprit de corps. Oh, empathy. It's the same color. He likes this find. Where are we?
Seems like an old bunker from the Revolutionary period. Look at all those rifles. Must be an old weapons cache.
He points up at the rifles under the ceiling. A broken Belle Magra from ages past. It's a 4-shot bolt-action military rifle with a wooden frame. Oh, that's so neat. Okay. A frozen ice cream maker that's still running. Ice cream maker. This orange machine is buzzing like an old submarine. It has a hand-cranked ice cream churner on top and an electric freezer that appears to be frozen shut. Turn the ice cream crank. Try to crack open the lid. You slip your fingers under the frozen lid, but the ice is too cold for you to get a good grip. A pry bar would come in handy here. I have interfacing. Medium success. No. This is going to need something else. Some kind of super pry bar. Don't even try to open it with just a regular pry bar. You are wasting your time. Hand-eye coordination. Trivial success. If you want to try again, then you need to have the pry bar in your hand, detective. Do I trust my interfacing instinct? Whoa! It's not gonna happen. I'm not even gonna try. But I will turn the ice cream crank. Turning the crank feels oddly satisfying, like stirring your childhood dreams. In the distance, you hear water dripping. Inland Empire, medium success. It's all gone now. You never became a poet or an entrepreneur. Entrepreneur. Is that a real word, entrepreneur? It's only Disco Elysium, but it's apparently like a legit thing in Disco Elysium, but I'm not going to read too much because that, I think would spoil some Disco Elysium things for me. I will learn later. Okay. I trust you. Leave. Breaker box. 2 cables are plugged into the breaker box. The red one leads to the ice bear fridge and the black one to the ice cream maker nearby. I'll unplug the bear fridge. An electric sizzle. The room is slightly quieter now. I must keep holding this. Oh, an insane mesh tank top. Sick. Intercom wires running into the breaker box. And I think, is that it for this zone? Should I? Oh, no, it isn't. A cellar window. People's feet shuffling by on the street. And 45 real cents. Okay, well, let's put that on immediately right now. Where did you even get that one? No, really, who put that in your drawer? No further comments. Wear it at your own risk. I look amazing. Wow. Wow. What a look. Nothing says the law like a mesh tank top and a big patrol cloak. This is Raphael to me. I am the art cop. Oh, and now we're out up here. Interesting. Because if I look at the call box... Yes. Silence. No one's home at Fortress Occident. Interesting. What about the empty card? Oh, there was an upstairs. Good shout. Can I get back in? Phew. Yes. But I have to go this way, and then back around the bear, and then this way, and then back up, and then I go this way, and then I go into the hallway, and then I go this way. Amazing. Well remembered. Safety curtains. An iron safety curtain curves before your eyes, folded like a bellows. It covers half the room, blocking the way into a colossal industrial chimney. Logic. Easy success. This is directly above the central furnace in the cellar. The voices probably came from here. Knock on it. I will go back. What an odd thing to do. Nothing happens. I'll knock harder. Still nothing. No one's home. I'll knock even harder. Oh! Those curtains proved to be surprisingly sturdy. Your fist hurts now. God damn it.
There must be another way to wake up whoever is in there. Maybe we should ask the lady in the bookstore what's going on here.
Oh, had a thought. Pain threshold. Bent metal. Broken glass. Your path lies strewn with the broken forms of everyday objects. I do hit things all the time. You are the destroyer. The bane of inanimate matter. Gaze upon me, stuff, and despair. No. I'm just a disempowered individual trying to take my disempowerment out on everyday objects. Yeah. I rip shit apart. That's number 2. I'm a sad cop. Look! There's a discarded milk carton on the floor. Why don't you destroy that too? Good idea. Fuck you, milk carton. This is all your fault. No. I actually feel sorry for the things I've destroyed. I'm sorry, milk carton. You're right. That's definitely not the behavior of a destroyer at all. That's just severe anger management problems and a disregard for property rights. I don't want to be destroyer. Whoops. Shoes in a puddle of melting snow. I could sense the oncoming destroyer cop. Oh, a postcard. And that's just going to tell me about the postcard, which I will inevitably pawn. The sunlight has made this postcard almost completely sepia-toned. Midtown traffic passes overhead the ghosts of skyscrapers, disappearing into a beige midday mist, vapor rising from the delta on which the district was built. The postcard is prepaid. Sick. I'll have a prepaid postcard. Alright, off we go. If we head back through... Oh! Looks like someone tried to reconceptualize their business here. I don't get it. Look, the skis and rotor blades both bear the same Slipstream logo. It seems likely that they started out making one, failed to turn a profit, and then pivoted to producing the other. But the question is, which did they start with and which did they pivot to? That's a good question. What a strange leap of imagination. And yet, they still failed. How sad. That's just speculation. We don't know anything for sure. Not quite. You do know that there's something unusual about this company's business model. Is this the kind of thing that would inspire someone to pursue fascist magic? Can I not leave through here? Hello.
You broke down the back door, the wards, the door. It's all gone now. Dark psychic energy leeching onto my shop.
It seems like she's trying to prevent the bad capitalist energy from of failed businesses into her own shop. Sometimes it's necessary to resort to extreme measures.
I suppose it's all over now. I guess there's no escape.
Her shoulders slump as if a heavy burden lies on them. What are you talking about? It's just a door.
Just a door? This place is cursed, Detective. They don't call it the doomed commercial area for nothing. Just look at the sheer amount of companies that have failed in this house. I hope you're happy now. Happy that you've ruined everything. Now that you've broken the door, the curse is coming to get me as well.
She closes her eyes and starts mumbling something to her pendant. Cursed? But I thought the curse wasn't real.
Of course you didn't. You're nothing but a policeman.
She shrugs, visibly dejected.
All right. You know what? I'm willing to let you investigate the doomed commercial area. We are set on the path. There's little else to do. But before we go on, tell me, did you encounter the malignant entity?
Her eyes narrow as she whispers the name. The entity? No, I don't think so.
Yes, the malignant entity that lives inside the chimney. It takes the shape of a woman, a witch probably. I've suspected that she knows more about the curse than she lets on ever since I first saw her.
She sounds great. The Spirit Halloween is the doomed commercial area. Oh, that's funny. You mean the chimney that's part of the central furnace? I heard voices coming from there. Chimneys aren't big enough for anyone to live there. Chimney. The passage between heaven and hell. Of course. It all makes sense now. I'll stick with number 1.
Yes, I've heard that. It's enormous. She has barricaded herself behind some metal security curtains upstairs. God knows what she's doing there. Some unnatural magic, I assume. You should go find the entity and ask what happened to all the companies in the building. And do return to me after you've talked to it. I'm quite anxious to know what she has to say about the curse.
If you're really interested in cracking this mystery, then we should go back to the furnace. Maybe you could yell into it or something. Make some noise. You'll think of something. You always do.
Kim. Esprit de corps. Medium success. Despite his cool, the lieutenant's interested in solving this mystery too. We're teammates. I had a few more questions about the curse.
Okay, but please, only a few questions. You wouldn't want to disturb the spirits.
She peers at the curtains. How does this curse manifest itself?
The curse is so much worse than you could imagine. It's a disease, eating at the very foundation.
A shiver runs through the woman as she looks around the dimly lit store.
It's the curse of financial distress, of ruin and bankruptcy.
She peers at the curtains again. Inland Empire. Medium success. Didn't that curtain just move? Ah, Annette mentioned that the previous tenants have experienced some financial troubles.
It's not just that, officer. We're dealing with something supernatural here. It's the cacodemons feeding off bad business practices and disappointing income statements. There's something wrong with this building, I can tell you. Ever since I arrived, I've sensed an eerie lingering presence, as if I was unwanted here.
Why didn't you just tell me right away it's the curse?
It's not good to talk about the curse, not in detail. The negativism, it's dangerous. Talking about the void wraiths angers them.
She shivers. Wow. Void wraiths. You have new words. Have you sought help from anyone?
Yes. I've contacted numerous parapsychologists, and even a pair of Simonese mediators. They provided me with the wards.
She nods at the strange cage-like trinket on the curtains.
The wards help to keep the doom at bay and protect us against the darkness that lies further in the building, even though now I fear it's not enough.
Is your pendant part of the wards as well?
Oh, this? No, it's a special Himian amulet, blessed by desert pygmy shamans, with a spell of compulsion. It's to compel people to buy books.
She holds the pendant in her palm. Its ochre heart glistens under the lights. Is that from Deep Space Nine? Well, bye, Potatoes Rule. Have a good one.
There are numerous spells cast throughout the store. I had the books anointed with a different inducement spell, for example. It's guaranteed to boost sales 15%.
She nods. What about those wards on the back door? Are those Simonese as well?
Yes, the Simonese are very crafty, and their wards are extremely powerful. Lesser wards simply won't do here.
Never mind. That's all I can say for now, book peddler. Okay, and now, 2 hours later, let's go and call Alice at the station. Fry bar. Yeah, Raphael shining the flashlight right into her face. Tell me, book peddler, what do you know? The book is titled Men from Hjelmdal and the Wildfire. What was I doing? Going to Kim's car. Whoop, 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 whoop. Ah, interfacing. In the morning light, the white on blue police livery on the motor carriage cannot but catch your eye. Wait, why am I even thinking about this? Wasn't I supposed to do something important? Something murder related? There's always something important. Doesn't mean you can't take a moment to admire this piece of machinery. Encyclopedia, medium success. This is a Capri kinema, the Capri Motor Corps' follow-up to their highly successful workhorse, Capri 40, and the answer to the LUM's racing bred Fevre series. With its air-cooled, rear-mounted 12-cylinder compression ignition engine driving the rear wheels through a 4-speed manual gearbox, the Kinema is able to reach 100 kilometers per hour in 13.5 seconds, and go on to a top speed of 180 kilometers an hour. Won't it roll over in the first sharp corner? The high center of balance is offset by a large battery bank mounted at the bottom of the cabin, feeding all the auxiliary systems and making the Kinema effectively a mobile power plant. This tech talk is really rubbing me the right way here. Due to a quite steep price tag, it is very unusual to see one in police livery. That machine really puts the loco back in locomotion. Point to the vehicle. Very cool. This is the path to seducing Kim. Oh, I mean, of course I will say number one.
Mm-hmm. You want to take a closer look?
The lieutenant smiles ever so slightly. Yes, Kim, I would love to take a closer look at your car. A fine machine. Run your hand over the smooth metal surface.
Yes. An extraordinary machine.
There's gentleness in the lieutenant's voice as his eyes run over the vehicle's contours. Speedrunning Kim's smile percent. God, yeah. How many times can I make Kim smile in a run? Electrochemistry. Easy success. It's nice and all, but why so modest? Put some zing into it. Flare it up, slam it down. No, that's disrespectful electrochemistry. Visual calculus. Helium headlights would improve the range and quality of the visual field a lot. No. Ever thought about switching to helium headlights?
Actually, I have a pair at home. Just haven't gotten around to fitting them yet. I need to lay some wiring for the ballast first.
If we ever get this case solved, maybe we could do it together.
Maybe. Yes, definitely maybe.
He replies with an apologetic smile and nods. My heart is going pitter-patter. I mean, come on. Definitely maybe. That's a Kim Kitsuragi yes if ever I heard one. I mean, it probably should be telling and very slightly embarrassing that I basically fall to pieces over somebody who's so emotionally withholding and very sort of you know, yeah, you'll always be my definitely maybe. Someone who only gives me a smattering of reinforcement and I'm like, I'll do anything for you. It scratches that itch at the back of my head. I can't help it. Wow. That was very moving. Smiling so hard my cheeks hurt. Yeah. A very fun moment. I'm glad we could all be here for that. What can I say? What can I say? No. Incorrect. Rhetoric thinks it means no, but rhetoric would. Rhetoric thinks it means no, but that's not true. It means yes.
130.
I reckon that's a 7-liter V12 there. That's what? Rub your chin. A 7-liter V12?
7.2. Supercharged.
The lieutenant is trying to suppress a smug smile. Unsuccessfully. Rhetoric is truly without romance. Rhetoric and logic would be like, I don't think so. But empathy and esprit de corps would be like, that's Kim speak for yes. We know that. You and I. You and me. All 80-something of you. 81 of you. We know for real. What's this? Is that something I can pick up? No. Okay. Let's call Alice. Pick up the radio.
This is Precinct 57. How may I assist you?
Have you heard back from the ICP about the serial number?
Yes. The armor was produced by Fairweather in their facilities in Betancourt sur la Clé in 42.
She looks at her notes.
It was part of a special order for Corps de Pharmacie, a security firm contracted to protect the interests of Oranese pharmaceutical companies in the Semenine conflict. So, it seems the armor went to Semenine. That's where the paper trail ends, though. Even the firm has proven difficult to track. Corps de Pharmacie has been renamed several times over in the years since the armor was issued.
Do you know what it's called now?
The most recently registered firm that the ICP has been able to connect to the CDP is a military contractor called Trinell, and the one before it was Downwell. I think they might be the same contractor.
Visual calculus, medium success. A suit of armor like this would have been manufactured with a particular person's physique in mind. You should ask for whom this suit was fitted. First, has the firm continued to work for pharmaceutical companies through all these name changes?
Hard to say. Their client list is rather diverse and incomplete. The only constant seems to be that the mercenaries are always deployed in third and fourth world countries.
A suit of armor like this would have been customized to fit the wearer. There must be a record of the person to whom it was issued.
Yes, but the ICP tends to be reluctant to share private sector records. I could try to talk them into it, though.
Esprit de corps, medium success. This is a fun challenge for her. An opportunity to contribute beyond doing her job by rote. She'll gladly put in extra effort for her team RCM. Yes, thank you, officer. I really appreciate your efforts on this case.
Glad to help. Call back tomorrow. Hopefully I'll have more for you then.
Why can I ask this already? Surely not. I'm done with the radio for now.
57's over and out.
Her voice disappears into the void. Alice is great. I love Alice. Okay. Search for the malignant entity. Call Alice back in a day for info on the armor's owner. Get a reality lowdown. Oh, yeah. So that's sort of like 2 votes for going to speak to Joyce. Back down at the harbor. Oh, let me go to the Freet first because I'm pretty close by. Racist lorry driver. You want me to tap on the fuel preheater gauge? That seems so presumptuous. It's like, hey, Kim, I'm going to touch your car's ability to go. Hell yeah. Hello, I have a giant novelty check.
Welcome to Frit. Feel free to look around or something. Everything is out on the shelves.
She returns to her magazine. Joyce did want you to investigate the lorries before she'd tell you more. She might be able to give me a reality lowdown. What magazine are you reading?
You mean this?
She looks at the cover, boasting a colorful photo of 2 girls kissing.
This is Pop Stars. It's got, like, famous people in it. It's not for sale.
Oh. Looks like it also has something called Police de la Mode featured on page 34. This speaks to you. Stupid famous people. I approve of this, very futuristic. Tap on the girls kissing. Forget about all that. What is this fashion police feature? Point at the cover. I'm not even interested in that magazine. I don't know why I asked about it. There's homosexuality in here. Very futuristic. I approve. But not Raphael. Raphael only wants to know about the fashion police. He doesn't even think it's worth pointing out that there are gays there.
It's where they rate different outfits famous people wear. It's kind of funny. They're kind of mean. It's about who's the most stylish.
She stops to think. Who's the numero uno guy in there right now? And does he look like this? Point to her hat. I bet your hat would take the prize. So who is the most stylish there? It can't be anyone from here. Number one. Her lazy eyes scan up and down your body, assessing the situation.
No, I don't think so.
That's because your fashion tastes are too befined on the times. Freet clerk, they're too befined.
We are not the fashion police. We're the real police.
I don't know, my mesh top says otherwise. The lieutenant looks at you. Let's proceed. I have some questions for you.
Okay. I'm not really supposed to be chatting to anyone, but...
She puts down the magazine. I need to exchange this novelty check for cash.
Wow. I didn't know you worked for the union, sir.
She rolls up the giant novelty check. Looks like she's seen it before. And slips it under the counter.
Anything else I can do for you?
No, you don't work for the union. The union works for you. By supplying you with cash. Does Freet have a warehouse in the back of the Whirling in Rags?
A warehouse? I don't know. Maybe. I don't really care what Frit does.
Come on, give me something to work with here. She looks up from under her brow.
Fine. Frit doesn't have a warehouse. Just a little back room here. Okay?
She turns back to her magazine without waiting for you to respond. Can you tell me anything about the dead body?
I don't really know anything. I mean, I know it's there, but I haven't seen it, so...
Do you know the man who died?
Not really.
Not really? Does it mean you knew him a little?
No. I didn't know him at all.
How long has it been there?
I don't know, really long.
What do you think happened?
I don't know.
No need to worry. It's just standard procedure for us to ask around. If you hear anything, let us know, okay?
The lieutenant's voice is soothing and professional.
Okay.
Thank you for your help.
Uh-huh.
Can you tell me anything about this reality we're in?
Reality? You mean, what reality? Economic reality, or...?
Yeah, economic would do. Conceptualization medium success. She is like a student unexpectedly called upon by a teacher. Can she answer the classroom question? Yes. Tell me about the economic reality.
I don't really know anything. I mean, I'm 15.
15 is an excellent time to learn about the economic reality.
Yeah. That's why I'm working my arse off in Frit. So I guess, like, that's economic.
She looks at the clock on the wall. What about the physical reality, then?
I don't know. What about it?
What time is it?
I don't know. Look at the clock. It's right behind you on the wall.
The clock shows the time, at 10:09. The hands seem to be still. It's apparent the clock doesn't work. But I won't bother you with this nonsense anymore. Well, no, I'll keep asking.
We're in Frit?
No, I mean, where are we, on a larger scale?
As mankind, or as a nation, or...
Medium success. What will her essay prompt be? As a nation.
We're in...
She rubs her face, thinking.
We're in a transition. You know, transitioning from monarchy to democracy, all that stuff.
What is the revolution?
When ordinary people take over the government and demands democracy.
Sure. What about the one we had here in Revachol?
Yeah, it happened like 50 years ago or so. Sorry, I'm not very good at this. At history, I mean.
The coalition. What's that? Someone told me there is one.
Our government? Or do you mean something else? Sorry, I really need to finish this article.
I won't bother you with this nonsense anymore.
Cool.
She seems happy to return to her reading. Goodbye. Okay, gang, I think it's time we spoke to Kuno, then. Content warning, Kuno. I could see this killing me somehow. Okay. Okay. Kuno sent warning.
Fuck does Kuno care?
The boy turns to you. He doesn't care. I want to discuss the body with you again, Kuno.
The fuck about it?
Where's the rest of his armor?
Kuno doesn't give a shit about the armor.
How come?
Kuno's fuck-gimp's got one big thing wrong with him. He's a fucking mutant. Look at him. Fucking growth hormone shit. He's a giant. The armor's too big for any man.
He points to the body. Yeah, the dead body really is super up there.
Kuno doesn't give a shit about that freak armor. Kuno threw that shit away.
He drills his temples with his fingers in some strange aggressive gesture. What do you mean you threw it away?
Kuno tried to get the helmet on. It was too big.
He performs a kickoff on the imaginary helmet.
Kuno kicked that shit in the sea, rugby style. That shit means nothing to Kuno.
You threw it in the sea?
Yeah, that shit means nothing to Kuno. Kuno doesn't give a shit about material shit. Kuno's a fucking monk.
Kuno's a monk.
You wanna fuck on someone about that armor? Go fuck the mustached union fuck. The jolly troubadour shit at the gate.
What do you mean, troubadour? He's talking about manana.
Yeah, cocking boot. You know that jolly union cow fucker? Came around talking about cows or some shit? Came around pretending like he cares about cows?
Yeah, I think the best way to approach Kuno is just to, like, much like Kuno, reach a sort of monk-inspired, Zen-like state and simply acknowledge that the world is happening around you. Yes, you met him at the gates, the one with the boots and the jolly smile. You mean manana?
Yeah, he's the one you want to talk to. He's fucking crazy about that armor shit. Coming here pretending like he likes cows. Trying to catch a peep at Kuno's armor.
Curious, my liege. Why did Kuno feed you this information? And you're just telling me this out of the kindness of your heart, Kuno?
Yeah, Kuno's doing charity today. Kuno Day. Kuno feels sorry for you two loser pigs. Kuno's doing pity now.
Still, seems suspicious. He may have it in for that guy. Or you may be paranoid. That is also a possibility, sire. There are contusions all over his body. Did you do that?
Fuck are you talking about? What is this contusion shit?
He grabs his head like it's suddenly hurting.
He says you're stupid, Kuno. They want to make you stupid again.
A contusion is a bruise. I'm talking about the marks your stones left on the corpse.
Oh, did Kuno make your shit sniffing harder? Obstruction of shit sniffing? This is Kuno's kingdom. Kuno fucking rules here.
Oh yeah, it's Kuno Day. He lets go of his head, suddenly feeling better. Perception, hearing, easy success. You hear the lieutenant hum. Let's talk about something else.
You're testing Kuno's patience here.
Get lost.
I gotta ask. Who is Kuno?
Kuno's Kuno pig?
The boy points to his chest with both thumbs. It's always Kuno, never I. Clearly the kid's using the third-person perspective as a shield. Interesting. You refer to yourself in the third person to distance yourself from the situation? So you refer to yourself in the third person? Kuno? Is that some kind of gang name? I'm going to start with number 2.
The fuck are you calling a third person? Kuno's the fucking first person?
Watch out, Kuno! He's trying to fiddle you! He's gonna put his hands on you!
The thing behind the fence starts squealing shrill and violent like a fire alarm.
Help! Pig's got Kuno!
Ah!
Help! Rape!
The sound gets louder as the child shouts at the windows overlooking the yard.
Help! He's got the Kuno, help!
I'm not doing anything. See?
Everybody, please!
Escalate, Kuno!
Pigs in here, Kuno! Somebody, please!
How did we get here? How did this happen? This makes no sense. There may still be a way out. Just appeal to his reason. Ugh. None of them are good. None of them are good. It sucks so bad. I hate Kuno. Please help. Please help. What am I supposed to say? I can't punch him. Don't punch him. It's a bad idea.
Look.
For emphasis, a ghost is saying this. A shit-eating psychopathic ghost with an ace up his sleeve.
I know you wanted to hit me. You got that I'm gonna fuck that Kuno up look that Kuno's dad gets. The murder look. The rage look.
He lets it linger. Relax. He can't read your mind. He doesn't know you were thinking that. No. Yes, but I didn't act on it. Yes, how do I get back to it? I want to go back to that thought. How do you know that? You can't see inside my head. Can you read my mind, Kuno? But I didn't act on it.
I know what you thought. I'm gonna fuck that Kuno up. I'm gonna shut that shit down. You know what? You should have, because now...
He raises his voice again.
You're nothing. You're a joke to Kuno. Kuno laughs at you. King Kuno!
He spreads his arms, taking dominion over the yard.
Kuno turned you into his prison, bitch!
No, you're not. We can just leave.
The lieutenant almost rolls his eyes.
Bitch, you're gonna be in this shit with Kuno forever!
A peepo is a type of hat, by the way. Nice peepo.
You don't talk to me about my fucking peeper! You don't know where I come from! You're just Kuno's bottom bitch!
Whatever. I had some questions about the crime scene.
Okay. Kuno is kind to his bitch. Ask your questions, but remember, this changes shit.
He taps at his temporal lobe.
Click, 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 click!
Oh, I have a -1 to this because I backed down from Kuno. Interesting. Gosh. Okay, hold on.
Yeah? The kingdom of Kuno? The fuck do you want with it?
The dead man's clothes were in the trash container. How did they get there? Yeah, the Kuno content warning. Ugh. Ugh.
Yeah, Kuno doesn't know shit about that. That shit is beneath Kuno.
I need to know. It could be a lead in the investigation. Someone may have tampered with the murder scene.
Listen. Kuno doesn't care about this small-time shit. Just listen. Kuno saw what you did there, dumpster diving. Sad shit. Kuno could hook you up with some sweet rags. Shit like Kuno's wearing. Your size, good price. 500 real.
He points to his pants. Wait, I asked you what happened to his clothes. You must have seen them lying around. All right, entertain me. What's so great about these pants? No, Kuno. You don't know anything about the tampering I'm investigating, and I already have pants. I do already have pants, but I am gonna try and keep focused.
Look, Kuno ain't seen shit lying around, except for that up there. Now, you want performance gear or not, Grandpa?
He points to the cadaver. The lieutenant remains silent, but his expression couldn't say, "I told you so," any louder. All right, entertain me. What's so great about these pants?
Pig, these are found modulars. Liquid fit, performance crotch, urban survival shit. Made in Mirova by scientists. Pants scientists.
I wonder if we were in a Fallon getup, toe to tip, if Kuno would respect us.
Believe it, you need this shit.
He unzips his jacket to give you a quick peek at the plastic-wrapped pants. They are graphite black and look brand new. Savoir-faire. These could drastically improve your chances of survival in the urban wilderness. Wilderness. I have much savoir-faire. Physical instrument. Easy success. Coach Physical Instrument endorses these pants. They are tartan ready. Conceptualization. Medium success. They will also make you into an idiot. No, Kuno, you don't know anything about the tampering I'm investigating, and I already have pants.
Whatever. Kuno was trying to help you, but you're too fat for Fallon anyway, pig.
Okay. We're going to ask Kuno about the racist mug, and I feel like it's gonna go bad.
The fuck? A mug in the trash? Is this about the fucking clothes again?
Yes. Does this racist mug have anything to do with it?
Yeah, Kuno sees where this is going. Kuno's got that fast brain. You saying you pigs are after the mug fucker, 'cause he's the clothes fucker?
He whispers excitedly.
I can't hear you, Kuno. Speak louder, Kuno.
That's exactly what I'm saying, Kuno. Someone has tampered with the crime scene. Cleaned some of it up.
Shit, that's tense. Someone's going to the beat-down basement, huh? Mug guy gonna get tied to the radiator.
He thinks for a moment. Then he nods in approval.
Kuno doesn't know who put that shit in there. And if he did, he wouldn't squeal. But if you find out, maybe you can...
Logic. Medium success. Tell the Kuno who it was? He's curious. He likes putting 2 and 2 together.
Stop turning into a pig, Kuno. They're trying to get you hooked on the snitching. Get away from my Kuno.
She lets out a hiss, even meaner than before.
Yeah? Get your bacon shit away. Kuno doesn't like to be seen with the popo. Get your shit done and out of Kuno's face.
And this is the one where he tries to imply that I'm telling him that he's a kid.
Look at that fucking shit. You're trying to get Kuno killed.
So you would say that the ladder is unclimbable.
Fuck does Kuno know? Kuno's not a fucking acrobat.
Kuno knows the ladder is unclimbable. The lieutenant takes a quick note in his notebook.
It's a trap, Kuno. Don't climb it, Kuno.
Yeah, whatever. Kuno doesn't give a shit.
He spits over his shoulder, then looks back up at you. Kuno, I found your shack.
You found Kuno's secret door to Kuno's secret shack. It was closed for 5,000 years. How the fuck did you get in?
I phase shifted through the roofing metal.
Shit. Get the fuck out of here. You can't do that.
He can't do that, Kuno. He's trying to fuck at you again.
Pigs can't displace. Can't do that teleport shit.
He says to himself, then turns to you.
How did you like it in there, pig old boy? Kuno's got a lot of cool shit there, right?
What's with the pig head?
Oh, that? Kuno decapitates pigs. That's just a Kuno demo tape.
He picks a bit of dirt from his fingernail. Cool pig head. I liked it. I got this one too. This one. It's shit. Point to your head. That's very funny to me.
What?
Oh, sorry, Kim.
What is this shit? Fucking on yourself. This is weird level shit. Kuno doesn't go there.
If I can unseat Kuno even from his own sense of self by being an absolute weirdo, I will consider this a success.
Fuck your shit back to normal. What is this?
Well played. No one saw that coming. Hell yeah. I found a plate covered with residue. I found a plate covered with powder residue. Do you know anything about it?
That's where Kuno gets his daily hit of electric. Kuno Shazam. Kuno rides the fucking lightning in there, pig.
Bet you'd like to ride the lightning too, wouldn't you? You feel tired and old. But you could have that sparkle in your eyes. What's with the tube of magnesium, Kuno?
It's a vitamin, pig.
Oh, magnesolum.
Don't you know anything?
He looks at you like you just pointed and asked at the sun and asked what it was. Pointed at the sun and asked what it was. Endurance, medium failure. You could use some. It's magnesium, right?
Yeah, it's the mag. You fucking need that shit to stay on top of your game. Kuno goes through like a tube a day, rips mag like a motherfucker, and you could use a battle.
Oh, don't teach him, Kuno. He's gonna use it against you, Kuno.
Come on, it's just magnesium. Don't mystify it.
You're not getting this, pig. It completely takes away the hangover. It's like you didn't do anything. Like you stayed home playing with your choo-choo.
He looks at you, eyes bulging.
Fuck you, pig. Don't do mag. You're gonna OD and you're gonna fucking die.
I've heard enough of this.
Good call, Pigmeister. Don't come and talk to Kuno about his kingdom. The fuck do you want with it?
Oh.
Good call, Pigmeister. Don't come and talk to Kuno about his kingdom.
Okay. Let's try and beef up my empathy at all. Because I'm gonna give it a try, even though I'm going to fail miserably. Empathy, a purple stat, psyche. I constantly fail at these empathy checks. Yeah, I know, at least we are almost done with Kuno. God, he grates at the soul. Okay, so we're gonna up psyche. Let's do it. Up to psyche, minus to intellect. A little voterino. It truly is a legendary empathy check. Still failed. It did help with the percentage. The more your health is damaged, the more negatives for endurance. That's really interesting. Okay. So now we have to play through this scene of our empathy failure. Empathy, legendary failure. He's on your crime scene, bossing you around. And he's been here for some time, too. This is where he hangs out. You have to get more out of him. He could be useful. Oh, man. Okay. I'll see if I can... he doesn't want to be a snitch. And anything else is going to be so pedantic, he's going to hate it. But I feel like the most successful I can be is if I try and get on his level. Even though it's with the dogs. No, dogs are too good. Poor Kuno. Oh, jeez.
Fuck no!
Kuno, they've almost made you a snitch now.
Oh, I should have asked him about Night City. You're right.
Ease off, see? Kuno always takes the bullet over the hammer.
He nods, big boy style, incredibly proud of himself. He'd rather die than work with the justice system. Okay.
Kuno doesn't...
Oh, man. Woof. It is exhausting to speak to Kuno. But thankfully, we're done with him now. And I think that's where I'm going to call it for today. A solid 4 hours of stream. Seems pretty good. And I've got tasks to do in the house, like eating spicy pickles that I bought from the farmer's market. So let me go ahead and save. Yeah, thank you all so much for coming out today. I really appreciate it. I'm having a lot of fun with the game, and if you want, I'll probably stream again on Wednesday afternoon / evening, or depending wherever you are in the world, your own relative time. If you ever want to know when I'm going live, you can follow me here on Twitch and turn on stream notifications, which I find useful if you're trying to catch up with like a narrative sitch. Or you can always follow me on Twitter, twitter.com/catbamkapow, and you will know when I'm going live, because I'll always tweet about it. I will always tweet. what else? I think that's basically it. Oh, if you're in the LA area and you want to go to the Big Thief show on May 11th, my partner Jack is selling tickets. If you or anybody that you know likes Big Thief or Adrian Lenker and wants to and could go, you can check out those tickets at twitter.com/notquitereal, and they're selling the tickets up there. Shameless plug to buy those tickets that my partner got, but we are just not quite feeling comfortable yet to go out into the world COVID style. So if anybody else feels better about that, those are for sale up there. $45 a piece. I think that's it. Okay. Thank you guys again. I'll see you on Wednesday maybe, and next weekend definitely. And we all survived Kuno together. As always, stay masculine. Bye.